Corroborate which claims? I apologize.
That something weird is in the air, or whatever he said.
Yes.
No roll? That's not a good sign. Just kidding.
No. You
Okay.
you can, but
Oh, don't worry.
you'll need to run an Arcana check for this.
Okay.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna start strumming. I'm gonna hit a chord with D, then E, then A, then D.
Yeah.
You immediately recognize that the music is having an effect on the graveyard. Plez, almost at the same time as Scion's making his assessment of what's going on, you can see, the each chord that you play, begins to liven the graveyard. An arm, skeletal, pokes out from one of the graves.
I immediately stop and jump back. Fuck!
The arm ceases, the vibrations stop as soon as he stops playing.
Does anybody
Fascinating,
know
Scion
necromancy?
It seems, whether you realize it or not, you are using necromancy, at least some sort to command it.
That's the general sense you get from your Arcana check as well.
I'm less of a necromancer, and I think they're more of a necrodancer.
Still, I advise you not experiment with that too much if you don't know what you're doing. Your music clearly has an effect on them, but it's also also a clear indication there's a lot of undead in this graveyard.
Yeah, I'm gonna back away and squeeze back through the gate.
Desk at the front of the church, you hear, "Father, I'm hungry!"
What the fuck?
That sounded pretty creepy.
You open the door and you find, surprised, a priest standing at the door. "Oh, it's just you. I apologize.
Was that you who was doing the weird whispering just now? Was that your voice?
No, it is
Oh, that's so concerning.
my son.
Oh,
He's
who's
not
your
well.
son? Oh, I see.
Perhaps you have come to help him. Perhaps the Lord has sent you to my doorstep."
I fashioned myself a bit of a healer, I suppose.
"I am in dire need of your aid, then, friend. For my son
Sure.
is stricken with a terrible blight."
It's a terrible blight. Okay.
Would you be so kind as to come in? He begins to walk into the church, and you can see in the foyer area of the church that there is wax candles of various different heights, some of them burning almost as low to the ground, just sort of strewn about. Many of the oil lanterns in the place have gone out and been replaced with prayer candles. You can see that the upkeep of the church is sort of in disarray as well. Certain areas have crumbled down the roof. Many of the pews are crooked or busted from some of the roof disarray. And there's papers and texts and religious literature strewn about many of the shelves and tables. It almost seems as though normal church services haven't been going on here for some time.
Is there any indication of like a specific deity to this church? I open the Dummy's Guide to gods.
This would be the Church of the Morning Lord from the signs on the walls.
Okay.
So, in the sake of, or for the sake of Barovia, uh, this would be, the good guys, so to speak, in terms of religions, because there's a lot of dark religion here. But they would be aligned lawful good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at him, trying to figure out what he wants. I don't know anything about what's going on, so.
Dusk, when you stepped into the nave, as you were kind of approaching the main pew there, a vision occurred to you. The
Oh,
candles flared blue for a moment. For about 3 heartbeats, they freeze in mid-flame. And suddenly, your eyes go dark. You see nothing. And then 1,000 eyes bloom in the darkness. Each blinks to a heartbeat rhythm. And then you're back where you were, standing in the church again. This almost comes to you as a hallucination. You're not sure what just happened to you. But you're a few steps further, still walking down towards the Father when you regain your consciousness.
I kind of like rub my eyes. Like, oh, the light in here is strange.
Elias follows behind you, and a similar fate befalls him. But Elias sees a silver dawn sun collapsing inward, turning black, before reigniting blood red. If you look back at him, Dusk, he looks confused, as if he just went through the same thing you did.
Hmm.
He sort of shakes his head. Finally, a holy place. And he kneels and begins to pray.
I guess I just kind of observe that, and then I'm like, where's the boy?
He's down below in the cellar.
That doesn't seem like a great place to recover from an illness.
Well, it is not a normal illness. His side
I
effects
see.
leave him a danger to those who would come to the church still.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
I do not know
what
what
type
to do with
of?
him. He is constantly hungry, and the only thing to satiate his hunger is human flesh and blood.
Hmm. Pointy teeth or no pointy teeth?
I am ashamed to say, but I have not been able to face him since I locked him down there. And when I did, he only had the bite marks on his neck. I knew what
Mm-hmm.
was coming. But you see, he is only halfway turned at this point. Whatever did this to him left him alive. I think to punish me, perhaps, for practicing my religion here.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps.
After the scary stuff in the graveyard, Scion turns around and notices that Dusk is missing, and he says to Avathor and Plez that we should go into the church. I think Dusk went in there.
Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore.
So Scion's going to head into the church.
Plus, you're able to slide back through the fence safely.
I will make haste to follow them as I'm a little bit farther behind because even though I made it through, my leg got stuck and I'm like, yeah, wait, guys.
He'll be fine.
His pants got stuck on one of the wrought iron poles. Well, you all enter the church, and as you do, you experience a similar fate to Elias and Dusk. Scion, when you walk in, the flames turn blue, freeze for a few heartbeats, and your vision is a sigil flickering across the wall. Then it fractures into mirrored eyes. Avathor, as you walk in, you see a reflection of a high elf captain standing in the flames, and it mouths, "Mutiny." And Plez,
Well,
you see rows and rows of goblin skulls, and each of them begins singing one of his dirges in reverse. The demonic noises that they utter are nightmarish, to say the least. Each of you recover from this vision within a matter of seconds. It's almost a blip in time, but you are a few steps forward, or you notice that someone is a few steps past you, or you could tell that a couple seconds have gone by without you catching it. It's like a glitch in the Matrix, so to speak. And it
Plez will
feels-
start nervously picking.
Scion freezes like a statue for a few moments, doesn't even breathe. But then once he begins breathing again, he shakes his head and puts his arm over his chest and makes a strange semicircular motion.
Plez is now diegetically making the music we are listening to now.
I see.
This is
Well,
his nervous picking.
The father has a son who may be inflicted with vampirism in the basement. I'm not 100%, but fairly certain. Feeling that way. I think that the concept of removing vampirism is well beyond the abilities of anybody within our party.
Zion says, the only clever thing I can think of is destroying the vampire that turned him. Zion looks to the father and says, do you know who bit your son? The vampire who bit your son?
No, I know not of this beast.
Then, yeah, your son might be halfway up the sticks already.
You're telling me we must kill him?
Unless you can tell us who turned him. Yeah, pretty much.
Could we not perhaps feed him the blood of an animal, a deer, for instance?
Yeah, something like that might satiate him for a short time, but no, that is no kind of solution, and it won't abate his suffering.
I have heard of magics outside of this town that could restore him.
I turn around. I'm like, and I look at. I think it was Scion that had it. I was like, "Do you still have that book?
I have several books. Which book?
The one that makes blood?"
That bloody book? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when I rested the other night. I identified the stuff. That bloody book was one of them. So you can, I don't know, tell me what it is.
Well, the Bloody Book is really just that. It is a source of human blood. A natural source of human blood. Almost
Is it a
like
natural source?
yes, a natural source.
Yeah,
I love
natural.
that.
Yeah, might not be the right word.
Human
I
blood
like the word
spring.
choice.
Farm to table, human blood.
Perhaps unnatural is more fitting, but
You probably mean like real blood, organic blood.
I'm saying natural for a very, very, very mechanical purpose here, and it is
Yeah,
it was already identified as soon as I said it, so you don't need to have any further quandary.
So here's what I will posit to you is we do have a means with which we could satiate your son, because your son was probably not turned by an elder vampire, right? He's going to just kind of continue to be. I don't know all of this for sure.
No, he only
but I'm
said he
just-
doesn't know who turned him. But
Yeah,
you are being quite innovative in your thinking, so you might be onto something.
Yeah, we have vampires in Ravnica. We've got like a whole thing going on. So the Orzhov are a whole group of people that are stealing all of your blood and your soul and everything else. But if you aren't turned, as far as I understand, by a sufficiently powerful vampire, you kind of become like a very animalistic vampire.
Yes.
So he will continue to kind of be a feral beast, unless we find the means of curing vampirism. Regardless of whether we have the ability to satiate his hunger.
Okay, I'm
so
starting to become concerned about who this vampire is.
It is, I guess, Father, up to you. Is this a you feel the need to pay penance via what is happening? Is this a religious thing for you? Or are you in a place where you are willing to put your son out of his suffering now, or do you want to drag it out and there be a chance, however small, in the future that we can fix it?
I have prayed each night for a hope for my son. I must continue
All
to
right.
pray for hope.
Okay. That's fine. I suppose we could, in theory, give the boy some blood, and it would maybe placate his suffering for a bit, and maybe make you feel a little better about holding out for that hope. That's
Cyan will produce the bloody book and hold it up to the father and say, well, I mean, you'll need to bring this to him and feed him every day, I assume. It's going to be a dangerous task, no doubt.
well. Wait, I don't. Not to be selfish, but I don't know if we can part with the book, right? One of our party members is a Dampier.
Hadn't considered that.
And I mean, wait, do we still have the Dampier in our party?
Who was it?
Here?
Avathor, are you the Dampier?
No, I'm a half elf.
Oh, okay. It may have been what's his name?
It was Ray.
Ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
It may have been Ray.
Use it for this then.
But
I kind of feel sorry. He really wanted to be a Gloomstalker.
Yeah. But I mean, if you are perhaps willing to face him in order to satiate this, we can give you this relic, but on the other side of that, every time you expose yourself to him, you expose yourself to potentially dying at his hands. Not that
Oh
it's a
yeah,
laughing
feeding him is
matter.
not going to be fun at all. I promise you that.
Um,
If he's what you say he is, we haven't even seen him yet.
yeah, but this is a lot of conjecture. This is a lot of me making assumptions.
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to conjecture, so I'll be more acceptable of it than others.
But ultimately, Father, the path forward is up to you. We can help you achieve these things, but this is your reality, I suppose, that you have to live with.
If you would spare me this book, I would do unto you any service I could, but I am a man of humble means. I do have some influence here with the burgomaster and his, well, the burgomaster to be. His son will likely take up the mantle here in Barovia. He is a good man, is Mark, and he may be able to help you. The Kolyanoviches are a long line of old money in Barovia, in a town that is very poor. Perhaps he has some reward he can provide you to help me. Let me speak with him. I am to bury his father tomorrow, or today. The time has gotten away from me.
I would advise doing it at whenever it is lightest and whatever passes for day in this plane.
Yes, we do not make burials at night. Not here. But I am sad to say I have shirked my duties because of my son and have yet to even dig the grave. I've asked a local to come by and help. He should be by soon. But other than that, if you'd like to see my son, now is probably the best time to show you. This book, if you would give me but a cup of the blood it can make, I would be so gracious. That way I can feed him. Or try to.
Scion hands over a leather satchel that seems to be like at least halfway full of blood, and the book is inside it.
Okay.
Oh, that thing is wet.
I'm glad to get that off my back. Hey, at least I know it's waterproof.
The priest takes the book and he's like very curiously looking it over. As he's doing so, he sort of like takes it and drips it over a golden chalice. He then waits until the cup is almost full, then takes the book and puts it back within the satchel. He takes both cups, or takes both hands and puts them around the cup, takes the cup, puts it to his head, and presses the rim of the cup to his forehead. Then he sets the cup back down, crosses himself, and says, "When we try to cultivate the ground, it will no longer yield its best for us. We will be homeless wanderers on the earth."
This is like a religious thing that he's doing.
Yeah, some sort of small prayer.
I see. And then he was directed at us. I was like, "Oh, that's a lot."
Like,
Like, damn. Okay.
It almost rings as one of the most feudal prayers ever uttered in this place.
Hmm.
Well, it's from
And
Genesis.
that's really saying something in the demi-planes of Dread.
It's from Genesis 4:12 for reference, and it's
I like it. No, that was good.
the part about Cain and Abel.
That was good. It fits somehow. No, I like it.
Yeah.
In Sega's name we pray.
Yes, that's right. And
Sounded profound, so you nailed it.
well, anytime I can use some sacrilege in the midst of Curse of Strahd, it'll be used.
Very nice.
Well, with that, he takes the cup and begins to walk through the crowd of the party, back down the hallway, towards the first door on the right as you enter, on the left as you leave. And this room is even more disheveled. It looks like a storage room of some kind, but it is messed up. There is papers strewn about. There is part of the ceiling is busted in there. You can see that there's mice and all sorts of vermin kind of walking around this room. It's rather large spiders and insects, and some sort of a draft coming. And you immediately see where the draft is coming from as Father Donovich lifts up a rather large, what looks like trapdoor, and then begins to walk down a set of stairs. And as he does that, I am going to open up another part of the map.
Whee!
Woo!
And the basement should be visible now.
Hopefully this one will not collapse on us.
I like that they made all these shrubs by putting a bunch of trees on a second layer under the map.
Nothing like a little top of the tree usage.
Hell yeah.
As you walk into the basement, you can hear stirring from the corner. Father Donovich points over to the corner, and it is the northwest corner of the room. Over in the corner, you can see where the stirring is coming from. There is a creature that was once Doru, Father Donovich's son, and he calls out to him, "Doru? Father! I'm starving! Please, help me!" I have brought you something, Doru. I have friends here to help you. Please, be calm. Be calm, my son. More screaming and shrieking, and I won't break your eardrums, but as you approach, you see that Doru is shackled, both of his wrists and both of his ankles attached to 4 different chains that have been bolted with eyelets into the stone wall. And he's resisting, fighting against these ropes. You can see that his wrists and ankles are just covered in blood and lacerations from him trying to break away, break free. You can also see that a piece of his front left hand looks to be severely bitten off, and he's also been gnawing at it. 3 of his fingers remain, his middle finger, pinky, and ring finger, but his index and thumb are both gone. And he's got blood all over his pants. His shirt is tattered to so much shreds that it's not really even a shirt anymore. It's more like a belt. And he has blood all over his face as well.
Tyon remarks, "Well, just because you have regeneration doesn't mean it doesn't hurt."
I'm so hungry, Father. I started eating my own hand. He's laughing and crying at the same time.
I I suppose I will offer to take the cup over to him if
Scion puts his hand up to stop you, and he's going to cast his mage hand, and he's going to
oh okay.
offer it in front of the father to attempt to give it to him. And Scion says, it'll be safer this way. And assuming the father puts the chalice of blood into the mage hand's palm, Scion will carefully offer it to Doru.
Father passes the cup to the spectral hand. Spectral hand delivers it to Doru, who snatches it away and begins to guzzle from the cup, spilling a large amount of its contents onto his self and chest, but drinking the rest, and then continuing to lick at the cup and to smear at his chest stains, licking his fingers to try and get every drop. And immediately his voice deepens as he speaks. He sounds stronger, and he begins to pull at his chains. Father, you must let me out. Father, you must let me out of this place. I cannot sit down here any longer.
Seems like a bad idea.
You are not yourself, Doru. I cannot let you go. You pose a great risk to the villagers. I am sorry, my son. You must wait patiently as we find something for you to do. Something to do for you.
Scion sees an opportunity, and he asks Doru if he knows the vampire who turned him.
Ooh, at that I will spend an action to cast Detect Thoughts.
Doru sinks his head after his father's response, but lifts his head quickly to the question of who turned him. Yes. Yes. He is the land. He is all. And he sees all. His thoughts are much the same as what he speaks, but you can feel an undying love, reverence, and respect for that which he speaks of coming from Doru. Whoever turned him has his full allegiance.
Well, since we heard the chant in that cursed death house, I think that pretty much proves our conjecture, doesn't it?
It also proves that Strahd has been in Barovia recently. Doru was bit maybe a week, 2 weeks ago. In Ismark, claiming that his sister has some sort of ailment as well, some problem that she needs help with. Already the dots are starting to connect.
Scion
Because
looks at Father Donovich with a grim look on his face and tells him, if the Dark Lord is the one who turned your son, I don't think there's anything any of us could do to help him.
So prepares some wooden pellets.
But this
Just
magic
okay.
that I speak of, this restoration magic, perhaps it is possible to bring someone back here who can cure Doru.
Unfortunately, Father, this Strahd creature is more than just some vampire. In this place, he is a god.
I know something of vampires, my boy. And what I know is, if they do not kill their dead, they do not become full-fledged monsters like the one who turned them. They become like my son here, a savage and feral beast. I have to believe that this means that the infection hasn't sown its way into his blood yet. only affecting him like a
Unfortunately, it only
virus.
proves what we were saying.
Let the old man have some hope. It'll be all right. He's not hurting anybody, and if he does, I guess it is what it is.
Please, he is safe here. I will take your book and pay you whatever I can. You said yourself you were happy to be rid of it. I understand it is quite a mess.
If we leave this creature down here, I calculate at least a 70% chance it feeds on Barovia at some point.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
The choice
Well,
between
then the
you
father
and
will live with that on his soul, I suppose. You don't have to take responsibility.
Elias says from the back of the pack. The choice seems to be simple. We kill him, or we spare him. I am divided.
But I'm saying, unfortunately, if we spare him, the next time we return to Barovia, there might not be much of a Barovia to return to.
The next time
We'll
we
just be a
return,
hive
we're
of
not
this
leaving anytime
creature's
soon, are we?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's
Well,
much.
if you're okay with Barovia turning into a vampire nest, then that's okay, I guess.
I am under the impression that Barovia is already a vampire nest under the control of a ancient vampire named Strahd.
Okay,
Like, I am
now you're just being semantical.
But
It's good
no,
assumption.
serious. Like,
It's a good
I
assumption.
mean, we can just say like, oh, we can kill one vampire, and then this old man is sad forever because we've taken away any chance of his son ever returning to him. Or we can just be like, he is one of many vampires in this place that we may or may not have to kill sometime in the future.
I'm just worried that this plane doesn't have very many vestiges of mortal civilization left, and this might destroy the biggest one. Just a small concern.
The teetering of Elias's decision just teetered over to mercy with your last definitive statement, Dusk. Elias agrees that this is one vampire amidst what, perhaps hundreds, thousands maybe, in a land that is just full of darkness and evil. And perhaps letting hope spring here is a better choice. Elias agrees with you.
Scion sighs and says, fine, you might as well just let him go. After a few days of feeding, he'll gain his ability to turn into mist anyway. You should just let him go if that's what you're going to do.
Perhaps. I would like to, because I've been holding on to this mechanically and I just want to do it. When I'm detecting thoughts and I feel that feeling of like unending love and like devotion, I'm going to put my finger up to my head and cast Encode Thought, and I'm going to pull it out as a strand of thoughts. And I'm just going to put it in my bag.
That's pretty awesome.
You said put it in your bag, it turns into a physical object? I'm just
Yes,
trying
it turns. Yes, it turns into like a glowing, like in Harry Potter when they put the wand up and they pull the memory out. Like that, literally, that happens.
Thank you for using
Scion
that as the
definitely
analogy.
notices when you do this.
Yeah, and I kind of wrap it up in a little ball and I put it in my bag.
I don't care if you're a Harry Potter fan or not, but that's the only analogy for that.
That was better image than I was thinking. I was thinking he was taking like a Texas speech bubble.
It's like a cartoon. It like appears next to me, and I like grab it out of the air. I shove it down into my sack.
He's gonna fit his billboard like into. It's like one of those like fake checks that the golfers get when not fake.
Oh yeah,
the big checks that the golfers get when they win. That's awesome. I like the Texas Thought bubble better actually.
I pull out a flask and I very comically shove this very large like speech bubble into it.
Analogy.
It makes like a rubber noise, like you're rubbing a balloon against glass, like, and then it pops in.
You went from full immersion into high fantasy to Elmer
Yeah.
Fudd style cartoonism.
Just straight to the Gooners.
Love it. All right. Well, with that being said, Father Donovich thanks the party for giving him the book and borrowing it to him so that he can continue to feed his son. He tells them that he won't let him go, that he'll continue to monitor him, and that he'll keep him in these chains, even if he has to add a waistband.
If you don't let him go, I guarantee he kills you, but we should just let him go and run. The slowest one will be caught.
I suppose my prayers will have to protect me, he says to Scion.
What's this guy's name? Sorry.
Father Donovich.
No, the kid
Doru.
or the vampire. Doru.
Yeah,
That just says
D-O-R-
dough. That's fine.
D-O-R-U. Doru.
Okay.
Father Donovich also asks that you be guests at the funeral for the burgomaster. Says that the more people to send him off, the better. So you've now received an invite from the father, an invite from Ismark. And
As we
Sure.
Yeah, we took a look at that graveyard. We could see why you need protection. That place is practically buzzing with negative energy.
Well, actually, I'm strumming a couple of notes, and it seems to be pulling people from the ground.
This is strange. The Walk of the Dead is not for many months still.
What is the Walk of the Dead?
It is a cyclical annual celebration, so to speak, now. But
A celebration.
How do I pull myself out of this catacomb?
if you want to shift click on your mini and then click on Father Donovich.
I've got to move the layers to actually see Donovich.
Oh, you don't have to see him. Just click on me up in the top left corner. There should be a Father Donovich under my name. Just like another player. Oh, really? That's weird. You guys don't see.
Yeah, just a game master.
You can.
Okay, I moved myself up and then shift clicked it that way.
Okay. I'm out in the front yard now, so we're fine.
Under Game Master, it doesn't show like a picture of Father Donovich.
No, it just says Gannicus.
Weird.
Yep, it shows a blank person.
In that case, using another player is probably better. But yeah, if you shift click and then click on another player who's on that level, it'll get you to him a little faster from a visual perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you figured it out. Back up from below. He insists on making his preparations for burying the burgomaster, tells you that he'll need some time to ready himself in the church, and asks that you excuse him. Basically politely asking you to leave.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
He didn't even tell us what the skeletal march was.
Oh, yeah.
He never
if we
finished.
could have some information.
He never finished what the skeletal march was. I apologize.
Mister who said he would give me anything that I wanted.
He tells you it's like a celebration of the dead, where the dead actually rise from their graves. It's actually not the dead rising from their graves, but a bunch of haunted knights from Argynvostholt making their siege upon Strahd's castle on the memory of their deaths each year. He
Wait,
explains
these
that
are like wraiths or these are people?
these are spirits.
Okay.
He describes them as such.
Are they called forth by song or by chant or by march?
They are tied to this land because they are unsatisfied with how they left it. They cannot rest until they are at peace, so they march year after year, completing their siege upon Strahd's castle.
Yes, but what I was saying was my strumming calling their cadence to awaken.
No, your strumming had no effect on the Knights of Agrinvisholt. He finds it strange that your strumming would affect things in the graveyard here. He asks
Where do I?
if you have any experience with necromancy.
I am not of that dirty magic. I'll say it that way.
Dirty magic.
Oh, yeah, because they're covered in dirt.
I see.
Have you ever seen a clean zombie?
I see what you did there.
I suppose I could. Like, you could clean a zombie if you were in charge of it.
True, but most necromancers are just lazy.
Ah,
They want everybody else to do the
groans.
lifting for them.
Scion says, my working hypothesis is that the magical resonance of your music is resonating with the resonance of their remaining essence. If you practice this enough, you could potentially learn to control them or stop them from attacking us otherwise. Perhaps even direct them against your enemies.
Like a little Pied Piper.
Let me share those in chat with you as well.
He's just lost
He back.
connection.
I switched back. I went mobile for a second. All right. Let me share this in chat with you. Shit. It's testing.
My internet is being unstable as well.
My internet's been just fine, but my brain isn't ceasing to function.
It's not good when the brain is the problem instead of the internet.
No, it's definitely system hardware that's the problem right now.
Oh, okay.
You just have a buffering sign on your head.
Yeah. Eeny. Getting 600 kilobytes
Well,
per
you
second.
can just blame it on the PC then.
All right, I'm gonna put this in game chat and in party
Fire.
notes, just because party notes is probably gonna be a lot less full of stuff. But he shows you a massive map of all of Barovia, and the tiny little village of Barovia, marked with the letter E on this map. It also shows travel times in between the various destinations that you see on the map, and that is in days.
That's pretty far.
Really dumb, but does anybody notice that it says 1 square equals 1/4 mile on a hex grid?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it looks real easy. Thanks. Very helpful.
Nothing like doing that conversion in your head. You're like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, where do I start? Yeah, don't. I'm not sure who put a hex overlay over this, but they failed. They failed to read.
I think that's the actual map.
Is it really? I don't know if the original one had a hex overlay.
Yeah, this is the one from the book.
No,
Yeah.
I know that the map itself is, but I don't know if it had a hex overlay in the book.
If they would have done it, you
think
would
it did.
see the hex overlay over like the
I have
you'd see it over the words.
I have the digital text now. Now I'm gonna go and look because I found that nice annotated map with the travel times, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
So we are currently in the village of Barovia.
Correct. You are in
Mhm.
E.
Okay.
Yep, you are in E in the village. And I do have the original map to share with you guys. Oh,
And outside, everybody can see K, which is Strahd, the Dark Lord's castle, which looms over Barovia like a stereotypical scary background.
give me my digital maps. Oh
Pay
no,
good
yeah,
money for these digital maps.
the original one has a fucking hex grid. Hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've
So-
never seen a version of this that didn't have the grid.
So like, look. Oh, but you know what? Theirs says 1 hex.
That means that this is the original and you got an updated version.
No, but
Maybe.
exactly. There's now says 1 hex because this is like the newest rendition of the book. Hilarious. And then there's other maps that are squares too, which is confusing.
Wizards of the Coast simply does not know the difference between a square and a hexagon.
They're like, what?
Easy.
They're like, we used AI. I'm sorry. AI is not perfect.
Yeah, they used an early-ass version of it to remaster this material, probably.
Yeah, and let me give you this as well, because you definitely have earned it from your time with the Burgermaster. He gives you also a copy of... Ah, shit. It's going to make me snip it, isn't it? Copy of the map of Barovia itself. The village, not Greater Barovia. Which you'll understand why I don't call it Ravenloft just yet. To avoid confusion, right? It seems like it would.
I mean, even the scholars, the planar scholars, call it Barovia anyway.
Yeah.
Ravenloft just sounds like a luxury apartment.
The Raven's Loft.
Well,
Ravens.
Scion says that it's referred to as Barovia in his books.
Okay, there's the village of Barovia. And you guys are at the church presently, which is E5 on the map. A cemetery marked by E6.
Mm-hmm.
The Blood of the Vine Tavern down there, E2. And then the other unidentified buildings are Bildreth's Mercantile, which is E1. Mad Mary's, which is E3. Blinsky's Toys, which sits next to Mad Mary's, unmarked. And E4, which is the Burgomaster's Mansion, or the Mayor's House.
If we go there, can we be a sham shield?
My question is the village outside as messed up as it looks like in Tailspire? Like, are there a bunch of destroyed, charred buildings and stuff like that around?
Yes. So there's a bunch of decrepit buildings, a bunch of burned out buildings, a bunch of buildings that have been just left to disrepair, sort of like the church. But then the rest of them are occupied and inhabited.
Gotcha. Yeah, it kind of looks like a battle went through this thoroughfare down here. Or, some nasty wizard went around throwing fireballs at everybody's thatched huts.
Well, maybe everybody had a kill every vampire policy like you do.
Hey, I said we could let him go. I'm not that cruel. Okay, maybe I'm a little cruel to undead, but whatever.
It's fair. They're undead.
Where I'm from, nobody's nice to them. That's all I gotta say.
You guys have a kill all vampires policy. It's cool.
In Sigil, we most definitely do, yes.
He offers you the maps to keep, telling you to take them as a gift, and not considering his debts to you repaid, of course. He tells you he is going to have that conversation with Ismark to see what he can offer you monetarily as a reward for the gift of the Book of Blood.
I really hope you know what you're getting into, Father. If your son was turned by the Dark Lord of this plane, you are going to get more than you bargained for unless you're like an archpriest or something and you didn't tell us.
I have told you all I know, and been honest with you from the time we've met. He nods humbly.
Right. Not an archpriest, then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get out of his hair so he can prepare for the rest of the day.
Scion takes his snarky ass outside as well.
And he's sort of been doing so while you guys prepare as well, or while you guys been asking your questions as well. Cleaning up the church a bit, taking up some of the candles and clutter. And he tells you to come back in a few hours for the service. So with a few hours to explore the town of Barovia until the service falls, you now have a map of the village.
Scion would like to take a look at some of these burned out buildings and try and investigate and see if he could suss out what he thinks happened, at least.
Okay.
I was always going to steal the wood from those houses.
I'm gonna go and investigate the toy shop.
So, Avatar, you're gonna steal the wood from those houses?
Yeah, no reason.
You built a boat?
No, well, I did see a few big lakes here.
So just gathering supplies in case I need this.
No, it was mostly for wood.
Scion informs you that there are no seas on this plane.
You're able to collect rubble without rolling anything. There's enough of it in enough abandoned places. Just let me know where you plan on heading, I guess, with your mini, and I'll see where you end up and let you know what's going on in that area.
I may go with Scion, just to keep people together.
That sounds good. Elias is sticking with Dusk and Plez. After Dusk's assessment of the last situation, Scion. Elias seems to be closer aligned to Dusk. I agreed with what you said back there, and thank you for saying so.
Of course. Nature will always find balance, regardless of how it works out or how bad it takes to get there.
He seems to consider this to himself. Before you left, the priest throws out one last just warning about the town of Barovia, and he says of Bildrith Mercantile, which is the building that Elias, Plez, and Dusk find themselves standing outside of right now.
This place?
Yeah, he says don't go there expecting a deal. Really the only place in town to get supplies. And because of that, Bildrith, the owner, he's a real miser, we'll say. He likes to hoard every penny, and he charges 5 times as much usually for the items that he sells. He says if you're planning on getting a good deal, you better have some extreme negotiation skills.
Oh, I would have been perfect over there.
Something tells me intimidation would work too. Just a guess.
I don't know. I seem to have some memories.
I love that you're making wooden bullets. Do they look like do they look like pointy little mini stakes?
I thought about it, but I figured, just round balls or no, I wouldn't be capable of making round balls. So yeah, I think steaks would be all right. Little cylindrical steaks.
If you're looking up blunderbuss,
So I read about why vampires need to be killed with wooden stakes, and why only a wooden stake really through the heart is going to do it. And it's actually pretty interesting. So
gonna need to read Bram Stoker for that one.
their regenerative powers, like they sort of like suck everything in. So like to make a wound clean, so to speak. So it'd suck a bullet through, or a silver bullet, or a spear head through, creating a clean in and out wound. But with the wood, it actually sucks all of the splinters in, like 1,000 splinters from that piece of wood, devastating the wood, destroying the wood, bludgeoning the heart, basically maiming it to a pulp and ceasing it to function. So at least that was the lore I found on Reddit.
That's cute. Scion would think that explanation is too mundane.
I like
I
it.
was actually going based off of the weakness on the monsters on the listings, and I was like, you know what, my musket does piercing damage, and if I just added a wooden element to it, it might work.
That's like a
We'll
little.
see.
Man, you can make like a musket spear thrower,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, if it was a blunderbuss, you could just stuff that freaking stuff right in there and just bah.
Just a bunch of them. Just a bunch of steaks. It's all about volume, baby.
Flurry of them, like a cone of them, just coming
I
out.
like this bed that's just right here.
Steak shotty.
Hell yeah!
Oh, there might be an accidental bed.
I like this bed.
We'll evict,
Sleeping in this bed.
We'll evict that.
No, where'd my bed
A
go?
bunch of people just came by and cleaned up that homeless encampment. What the fuck?
The mist came by and just like swallowed it up. Strahd's like, no comfort for you.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have any specific plans, like, you guys are over collecting some rubble?
Yeah, they're collecting rubble. And,
No, Science trying to determine what he thinks happened here. What does he think?
I see.
I rolled a 20.
All right.
You can just make
let's
me
see.
wrong or whatever.
No,
It's up to you.
No. From the tracks of what you see, I would say it's probably fair. Let me say. 1 second here.
You thought at first some angry wizard or warlock came along and burned these down, but just taking a closer look to maybe confirm my suspicions or not.
This once beautiful hamlet huddled against the slopes of a forgotten valley, with its black timber homes pressed close beneath the jagged cliffs, is now just rubble. You can see the charred beams clawing at the gray sky, stones half swallowed by creeping mists, and some of the streets are now buried under soot and rubble from nearby buildings. The air smells faintly of burnt iron and grave soil, and at night the fog glows faintly red within the cracks of the earth, as if the land itself bleeds. Ravens fly overhead, and sometimes the wind carries the echo of church bells. Centuries ago,
Coming from the church on the hill, right?
centuries ago, perhaps a year, perhaps 1,000, depending on who you ask, Barovia was torn apart by a temporal fracture, a curse woven through blood, grief,
Oh yeah, it's the interesting stuff that Cyan would be reading a lot about.
and divine rejection.
Yes, sir.
Divine rejection.
A ritual failed. Dark powers anchoring a soul to the land itself. The resulting backlash incinerated whole villages in an instant. The rubble here marks one of those impact sites, where the veil
Nice. More
between
flashback.
Barovia and Shadowfell burned thin. Buildings were shattered outward, their stones fused by heat and necrotic energy. The ground pulsed with low rhythmic tremors like a heartbeat, and ghostly imprints of the villagers sometimes replay the moment of destruction. Children running, doors slamming, a blind flash, and then nothing.
Cyan begins writing furiously in his journal about this. And he keeps saying to himself as he writes, what exactly happened here? Not being able to understand what sort of ritual took place, but that one happened and failed. He begins to think there's more to the saying, Strahd is the land.
I hope your investigation proved fruitful.
No, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
Plez, dusk, Elias, up ahead in the distance, you see a rather well-dressed villager walking into Mad Mason's, which I think I referred to as Mad Mary's.
Well, I think I will follow that gentleman in and see what they are up to, as, you know, somebody that well-to-do might have some coin and might have some things need done. Was that the bar?
Mad Mason's is just past the Mercantile, down the road you guys were sort of headed.
Oh. Okay. So this way.
Also, sorry, I got to ask for some more retroactive exposition.
Oh, sure.
The priest was going to tell us about the Mad Mage.
He basically just said the Mad Mage has a high tower somewhere in the mountains of Baratok.
Okay.
And that was really all he knew about him, that he knew a lot of magic, and not a lot of people mess with him because he's called the Mad Mage for a reason.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming it's this house that we're in front of right now, correct?
Yep. And you find that the door is open. As you walk in, Vasily
Hello.
turns, looks at you all. Greetings. He turns to Mason.
This is a business, right? Like, this isn't just some guy's house.
No, this is definitely a business, but he lives here as well.
Okay. Sure.
He says, I see you have customers. I will come back another time. And Vasily begins to walk out.
Oh, no. We don't need to disturb you. If you have business here, we are new and scouting the place out.
You are no disturbance to me. Mason, I will be back later to deal with our business. He nods to
Okay.
you and takes his leave.
Can I insight that? Just like was that like a dude getting caught doing something that he wasn't supposed to, or
Roll insight.
Shakedown going on?
19.
You feel that there is some sort of clandestine nature to their meeting.
I see.
There is obviously an interruption to some sort of private conversation in which Vasily wanted to keep private.
Sure.
And he introduced himself before he left. Vasily bows to you and says, I'll leave you to your shopping. So you get a name, but you get the sense that he's in a hurry. He dispensed with pleasantries and sort of just rushed out after your guys' entrance.
No specific symbols or indications of affiliation on that guy.
No, but his clothing
Okay.
does not strike you to look like anybody else in Barovia. I mean, he's really well dressed. Even Ismark, he's like much more well dressed than Ismark. He looks to be from foreign lands, not from Barovia.
As he gives me his name, I'll give him mine. I'll say, "Hey, I'm Blez. If you ever need a song, need singing, or some entertainment, toss a coin my way."
I will keep that in mind. Everything is a transactional, very informal, however, still polite and pleasant, passing by statement that he makes as he walks out of this place. But you also, with your insight check, get the sense that Mason is extremely nervous. He looks like someone who's just been under a great deal of pressure and then been released from it.
Interesting.
So, what kinds of services does this shop have? Because we are now inside somebody's, either shop or abode. Yes. What makes this place so mad?
Well, this is a place of wood crafting. So not only does he make caskets, but he also makes furniture repairs. He does some small roof repairs, things of that nature. Has the ability to cut large beams of wood for house repairs, hardwood floors, things like that. He also sells firewood. Sorry, I was muted for the first couple minutes of saying all that.
No, I think we heard.
No, I said it twice.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice. It's such good delivery.
It's always the repeat questions, dude. The repeat questions, when I hear someone say the same thing twice, I'm like, fuck. So thank you, Plez, for your diligence and commitment to the question.
So I'll walk up to our shopkeep, and is his name Maddie? Maiden something M?
Yes, his name is Mason.
Mason. Ah, okay. I'll approach Mason and try and strike up a conversation about the town and the goings on, asking about the graveyard that seems to march people to Strahd's castle, and I'll say it's Strudel's castle, just because people don't like it when you say his real name.
Greetings. What can I do for you?
Oh well, we're kind of new in town and are trying to get the lay of the land, so it says.
Oh, new to town. New to town. What made you seek out this hellhole?
I didn't seek any of this out, and I don't think my friend here, Dust, did either. My name is Plez.
He says that with a laugh as though it was a trick question. Of course you didn't. No one seeks Barovia. Barovia finds you.
Does he have like maybe like little like wooden trinkets or things that he's got like hanging on the wall, like maybe that he's like carved or something?
Absolutely. You can see
Something that I could be perusing.
Yeah, you can see like along
Okay.
the edges of the wall there is like not only tiny little miniatures, they're about I'd say like 32 millimeter. So they're small, like 1 inch little guys. Tiny little guys.
This guy plays
He plays Warhammer
D&D.
Fantasy.
He
That's
has
crazy.
every Warhammer set possible, but they're all wood fashioned and all of them are painted
Nice.
individually. No, he does
Oh
have-
no, we can't play with him. It's all proxies. Nope.
Yeah,
Yes.
not tournament legal.
Those will rival even Blinsky's best, he says to you. And Blinsky is the local toy maker in town. Just for the lawyer behind that.
Hell yeah. I'm perusing his stuff, but I'm trying to like take side eyes at like any papers or anything that might be out.
Like orders or things like that.
Yeah, like if he's just got stuff laying out, like I just want to know what it is while Plez is chatting him up.
Over on this table, you see what looks like a workstation, so to speak, where he's got some papers and some quills and some ink. So if you make it over to that side of the room, you'd see on that table that there's a couple of work orders that were recently created. Most of them were for caskets. So it's like the things that he does most. You can tell that right away.
Mhm.
Like casket. And then there'll be like small roof repair, siding repair, hardwood floor. Every once in a while strewn into casket. So like there's a lot of people dying in Barovia, and his busy work is caskets. The most recent order that you see on the top has a very interesting name on it. Vasily Longrad. And that's spelled Longrad.
I don't have a running notes document for this game.
Oh, I gotcha. We can always throw that in party notes too, so you guys have it unified in one place. But
Sure.
I'll just throw.
I would not put my notes in party notes because it looks like the ramblings of a madman. Generally,
I want to see the ramblings of a madman. Make me feel better about
I might
my own
include
ramblings.
mine just because they're like that.
I will start a notes document.
Sometimes I confuse ChatGPT. Even ChatGPT's like, what? What is that? I don't get what you're saying, human. I don't think it's that hard to do. ChatGPT's dumb sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So Mason, it seems that you've been busy with the grave game. How deadly is it around here?
It's not a place of longevity, as they say. You want to take out the health insurance policy and stack it up as fast as you can. Just like I've done for my Gertruda.
Gertruda?
Yes.
Is that your wife?
My daughter.
Why did you take out an insurance policy in a Place that seems like it doesn't pay out.
Oh, I mean, it is really the only option to give her any kind of a life once I'm gone.
Well, you can't argue with that. But it seems like a place that I want to leave.
He rolls out his insurance policy and shows you like the long list of coverages, including like death from werewolf, death from vampire, death from wraith, death from this undead thing.
Is this insurance policy backed by the guy that just left? The guy in the fancy clothes?
Yes, Vasily is my broker.
Oh.
Well, how much do you pay him a month for this?
He takes 10% of my business. And that is a much better than what most people would pay. My business has its ups and downs, you see. There is not always a need for woodworkers. And many people have forsaken their homes here and moved to places like Valaki or farther out into Barovia.
And Vasily's name was on the documents that were laying out, like the most recent coffin order?
Yeah, the most recent coffin order, and the coffin order was also for Kolyanovich, which name rings a bell for you as well. Ismark and Irina Kolyanovich, their father, Kolyan Kolyanovich, now dead, recently deceased. That casket is for him, and Vasily.
So Vasily commissioned the casket for the Koryanovich.
Huh? On behest.
Who was the former burgher?
Yep, on behest
Okay.
of Father Donovich, whose name is also on the document.
Okay.
So there's a connection between Vasily, Mason,
Yes,
and the father. And it's right there on that document.
interesting.
And potentially a connection between Vasily and Ismark and Irina, if he's paying for their father's casket. Says the voice of God.
Well, there's werewolf insurance on here. I know we've heard of people being taken by the night creatures of, the vampire people, the bitey ones. But why werewolves? Are there any near here?
Oh yes, there are wolves here. They are at war with the vampire. They are always at war with something. Even more terrifying than the vampire, if you ask me. I would never want to become a wolf. To be a vampire? Eternal life? Charm? He reveals a mouth full of missing teeth and some rotting that are still remaining. To be handsome and young forever? He says with a used car salesman's smile. Sorry if any of you sell used cars.
Is there any used car salesman in here?
Oh, I'm sorry if you are. I was a salesman for a long period of my life, and I was a sleazeball during that period of my life as well, just part of the job.
From what I've heard, you just look like you normally look. I've even heard of like vampires where like the entirety of their nose falls off and their hair falls off, and they just look not anything that you'd want to be.
He scratches his head at this, seeming to consider.
At least being a wolf, you get long, luxurious hair all over your body. There might be a lice issue or a flea issue.
expend a second level spell slot to cast Detect Thoughts while they are having this conversation.
On our friend Mason here.
I mean, I cast it on myself, and then I can just kind of detect the thoughts of everybody in 30 feet, but I just get surface thoughts unless I push, and then they have to make a wisdom save.
Got it.
You get a very vivid image of Plez imagining that he is just a ball of fluff.
Nice.
Elias is still thinking on sort of the
Oh, is Elias here with us too?
yeah. So you're gonna get
Nice.
get Elias's service thoughts as well. Let me scroll back a little bit though. Hold on 1 second. Get you the vibe that Elias is feeling right now. Sheet. He's thinking about the decision between mercy and death, really, for Doru, and what kind of implications that's going to have in the future. He's thinking about Scion's words, and that Scion probably knows the most about monsters out of anybody in the party. Just in his perspective, he feels like that's probably a fair assessment, or that Scion's really not one to mince words, but he's also not one to over inflate a situation. He usually calls it sort of directly how he sees it, based on his opinions of him thus far, and he's thinking all that combines to making him worry about the mercy that is shown, but his faith is telling him that mercy was the correct answer. And those are Elias's surface thoughts.
Nice.
For our friend Mason's surface thoughts are... I have to share this too, because I was doing that just as you said that you were going to that you were going to cast Detect Thoughts, but in game chat I'll share that this is what Mason looks like. He looks like the guy from Harold and Kumar. It's like freak show. This is very interesting looking fellow. Little boils all over his face, but he's thinking in his head, oh man, I wonder how much I can make out of 5 potential customers or 4 potential customers that he sees walking through his doors. And not every day that happens. Play it cool, just try and reel him in slow, like a big fish.
So as I hear all that, I guess I will directly engage in conversation and just be like, well, if Vasily is the insurance commissioner, you must get a lot of the money out of that deal, huh?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I heard you correct. You said if Vasily is the insurance commissioner, he must get a lot out of that deal?
No, yeah, he as in...
Vasily.
No, the town carpenter.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't write his name.
He is in Mason. Mason must be getting a lot of that deal. So, you're thinking homeowners insurance?
No. I'm assuming, somebody dies, you pay out the insurance policy, and then they come and give part of it to Mason to make the casket.
Got it.
Yeah.
My brain,
it must be pretty good for him.
My brain wasn't doing the insurance fraud math. As you can see, I wouldn't be very good at insurance fraud.
I'd be so good at insurance fraud. It's a good thing that I'm a decent person.
Your morals are just keeping insurance companies intact. In my opinion,
honestly,
fuck all the insurance companies. You could bankrupt them. But in any light, yes, he says, well, I stand to profit a fair deal from each collection or payout, you could say. it's almost an immediate that someone will have services for their loved one, and I offer a humble price. The lowest in town. The only in town.
The only one in town. I mean, it's a good deal, right? Being the cheapest one in town's pretty good.
Hey, lowest prices, one of one.
As I turn the conversation to Vasily, I would like to delve deeper into the thoughts, and then he will make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
After a few minutes, Scion and Avathor return to the party.
Seems good.
Okay, let's see here. In-game chat. I don't have a stat sheet for this guy, so I'm just gonna say that he is pretty dumb. So his wisdom is gonna be a -1. And he rolls a 1.
Let's go! All right.
All right, you're about to learn everything about this dude. You're about to know his second grade feelings about going into Mrs. Woobley's class for the first time. So get ready, strap in, because it's going to be like, you know, your life flashing before your eyes, but except it's Mason's life flashing before your eyes, and it's a really fucking
want to go to the next
boring life. I mean, a woodworker spends a lot of time in the wood shop. So number one, you see a lot of wood shop stuff going on, but some subconscious thoughts like what he's been thinking about lately and things that are going to be pertinent to you. I kind of want to think of this as like you're looking into his mind and you're seeing all these flashes of memories, but you can see these really highlighted ones that seem to stand out to you, and those are the ones that your attention gets directed to. So what you see is this. You see him hugging his daughter. You see him telling her to go and run off and play from his doorstep. It's a fairly less than, murky day in Barovia, one of the nicer days, and she's running off down the street. Then you see another image, him looking at a note on his daughter's bed, her bed empty. It's nighttime now, pitch black. The moon is streaming through the window. You can see that his face is covered in sweat and perspiration. He looks flurried and worried and scared, and there's tears running down his face. He's crying, and you can see that Mason has been crying, and he is upset about the note that he's reading, and you're almost looking over his shoulder now, no longer looking through his eyes or looking at him third person, but seeing over his shoulder the note that says, "She is mine now. You will leave her to me, or you will lose everything. Vasily will come by with the details."
First off, how old is his daughter?
She is, I'm going to say 18 years old for the sake of our audience.
I was about to say, Strahd might be something we need to stop darker than a vampire. I'll say that.
This is
Well, I'll put it this way. In the actual Curse of Strahd campaign, it's a child, and there's a lot of weird implications about Gertruda that just, I think, make a lot of people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Strahd's really not even a bit of a creep. Strahd's like a lot of a creep in the original text.
Yeah, he's living in 1400s law, where there was no age of consent or anything like that. That just So yeah,
all right. So does Strahd age ain't nothing but a number?
Right. No need to even continue more out of that. Just for our intents and purposes, she's going to be a what I think in the States we would consider an adult. 18 years old, but still a child as well, right?
I'm interested in understanding what he understands the implications of that to be, of "she is mine."
Oh, I thought you were asking what the implications of "she is a child," which I think is a fair question. No.
No.
But no, I would say he, from the feelings and the thoughts you're detecting, would think that she's taken him forever, that
Mhm.
he has taken her forever. That he does not plan to return her. That she's not coming home. That he has to deal
Mhm.
with the reality that he is no longer a father to Gertruda, but he's sort of been replaced, usurped. Um, whereas no thing or being he would have let take Gertruda from him before. This is seemingly to be like a turning of a corner for him in his mind, something that he's now having to deal with. He thought that he'd never surrender or submit in the face of
Mhm.
something like this, but he's doing so knowing that it's absolutely the thing that he must do now. So it's not
Mhm.
just the shock of her loss, but the calamity of the mindset that is shifting in him at this very time.
And then he's fresh off this conversation with Vasilia that I assume is the implied conversation in that letter. Um,
Yes. Yep.
what was Vasili's instructions? Or
Uh,
did we interrupt that before that happened?
you
Or
you guys may have interrupted that before it happened, but there was nothing on the desk to kind of show like, hey, detailed instructions about Gertruda,
Mhm.
relating to Gertruda. And he like spoke happily of his daughter too. When I had first come into the place, he almost as if nothing's wrong, right? So
Mhm.
so so on a surface level, maybe the details were behave as usual. At least you
As
probably are alluding to at least that from the thoughts you've detected and your general observations.
so he's not aware of any specific plan or like actionable intelligence
Not at the
as of
moment.
right now.
No, as of right
Okay.
now, those details are still numb to him. If you were looking through his mind, those highlighted flashing memories, that's not one that stands
Mhm.
out, and it certainly, I think, would in this case, right? But
Okay.
um, so it leaves you a reason that he doesn't have that information in his head. You
Okay.
all you also see one last flash of imagery before kind of the thoughts have all been detected, unless you're in the wood shop again or in private times with when Mason retires to his quarters, which you probably want to fast
Hey
forward through
yo,
all of that stuff.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Uh, but you see a brief uh, memory of his childhood and his father telling him of a darkness in the land, and him being like sort of like a scared child in his bed with his blankets all tucked up around his chin, and his father, and remember to fear always the land that you live in, for it is an evil place, and it will feed upon you if you allow it to. Um, and that's the last of what you see from his thoughts. You gather from this memory that Mason has a deep and profound respect for not only the land, but whatever is God over these lands.
Mhm. Interesting. And while I'm sitting here absorbing all of that, everything else is still happening.
Yeah, everything in the room still being browsed and perused. The conversation's still flowing between them. Mason asks, "What can he do for you? Is there some sort of wood fashioning you need? Otherwise, the Blood of the Vine Tavern is probably your best place to ask around about town. I am a busy man and I spend most of my time in my workshop."
Well, that kind of work might drive you to death, but I don't think we need anything woodcraft. But when it comes to caskets, I think we'll probably schedule a few if we're going to be in here long as the other people have been.
Excellent. I can give you a deal if you're buying multiple.
I mean, I think buying caskets now is a bit premature, perhaps.
Yeah,
You-
no. That's why I told him that we'd be coming back for it.
Plus,
Oh, I see.
if you've like turned your back or like turned at all to face dusk, like you don't notice that Mason's already come up behind you with like a long tape measure, and he's like measuring your height and your width, your waist.
Oh, you also a tailor?
Oh no, this is for your casket.
I see. You just. I mean, I suppose having the numbers in advance could be good.
Such a nice guy. And then Plez
Yeah.
is going to start walking out the door.
He wants you to be riding in a Lamborghini to your grave. That's all.
Be driving my Lamborghini all the way to
Hey,
the graveyard.
Hey, you need a casket that has Wi-Fi in it, or else Grandpa won't be happy.
Oh my gosh.
Need that Bluetooth setup as well.
I hate
Something-
that that's probably going to become a thing.
If I was looking to perhaps have a nice set of wooden stakes made, something with like some metal handles but wood on the end, could you make something like that?
Of course, my friend. Of course. Let me scope the work, quote you a price, and I'll have it fashioned within a day. If you don't,
Maybe not metal handles, maybe just, a nice grip surface, do some sanding. I don't want to get any splinters.
Oh, a metal handle is not a problem. It's not
Oh,
going to
okay.
cost you any extra.
Oh, very nice.
Scion pokes Dusk and asks, "Are you barmy? There's wooden debris strewn everywhere."
You can
No.
see,
I'm supporting the local economy.
yeah, you can also see the craftsmanship around you, and you get the sense that this is not a bad place to have like a weapon like that crafted.
Maybe there's I imagine multiple bloodsuckers coming at you at once. You want to be able to stick that stake in and then take it out and use it again. You don't want to just use any kind of lumber you find on the ground, break, you get splinters.
I opted
You know?
for the shoot at it and keep it in there. I don't plan to take it out.
It's your coin,
not-
Cutter.
Not much of a shooter.
I'll
It'd be
just-
good for the economy. Come on.
Whatever you say.
He offers you the
All right.
equivalent of a spear +1 in terms of its
Oh, shit.
specifications.
Oh,
So this would not only have the +1 to the attack, but also the ability to sap. So if you hit a creature with that weapon, it would then have disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of
can
your
I even
next
wield
turn.
a spear?
I don't know.
Am I proficient? I think druids are proficient with spears. Yeah, druids are proficient with spears.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not the best with that information, to be honest. But
Yeah.
if I'm pretty sure that they can, and I'm pretty sure you get the +1 still.
How much would we want for something like that?
He asks 10 silver pieces to cover really the cost.
10
of the
silver?
metal, the metal and the wood. And he
Oh, good.
He says that we don't have prices like down the street, and tells you that he'll offer you that, of course, if you do him a favor.
What level of favor are we talking about here?
He says, well,
You want like minor, major, boon, like...
well, he says, to be fair, the cost of the non-favored weapon would be around 200 gold pieces.
Mm.
So this favor is worth, give or take, 190 or so, 195, 199 and some
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. You know what? I as a player am always looking to do the dumb, so might as well. And if I don't like this guy, I can always kill him because he's kind of a fucking pleb. So,
I mean, I could just steal his money.
and I'm a fucking adventurer. So,
Look at that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
We'll
He
both
doesn't.
kill you.
He
Yeah.
doesn't look like much. You guys.
Yeah.
You guys definitely feel like you could overpower him. You feel like you could probably
I pull out a
intellectually
tape
take
measure and I
advantage of
start
him.
measuring him.
He gives you just like a
I
crooked eye.
can do you a favor.
He asks you if you'll follow that man that just walked out of here.
If I'll follow the guy that just walked out of here,
Follow him
like
and
10 minutes ago.
Yes, follow him and follow him and see if he happens to be with a girl, a blonde girl, young,
He happens to be with a
child.
blonde girl.
curly hair, short, just around her ears.
All right. Sure.
If you see her with that girl that fits that description, intercept the girl and bring her back to
Intercept
me.
the girl. Okay.
So he's asking you to
He'd be
basically
left alone.
kidnap this
I-
girl and bring her back to you.
Is this girl with him against her own will?
He seems hesitant to answer this question.
I think the answer to this question is really going to tell me how much this favor's worth.
The way he's navigating this conversation, it seems like every answer or question he's asking you is like a constipated question. Like he's forcing it out of his mouth, and as it comes out of his mouth, any question you give back to him, it's like a clock that's broken. You can hear all the gears clicking in there for him trying to think of what he can say to give you an
Is this
answer
girl with the blonde hair his daughter that I saw in his memories?
that doesn't necessarily compromise what he's trying to get across to you. It is. It looks like it could be. The girl that you saw in the memories was considerably younger. I think that was an older memory. She was around 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's describing this girl to be a teenager. He doesn't give you an age when he says.
Oh. Okay. So so his daughter was taken like a while ago. Perhaps. Is what I'm now understanding. This letter that I saw was several years ago.
That's vague, but it could be a while ago. It could be just yesterday.
Interesting. Okay.
That much you don't know. You don't have that perspective on the time. Only the fact that she looked considerably younger in that one image where he was sending her off into the rain, or sending her off into the nice day. Well, I guess it could have been raining in Barovia. That's a nice day.
Yeah. I don't necessarily want to consent to doing this on behalf of the entire party, and it will become a party issue if it doesn't go well.
He's speaking sort of like loudly enough too, so that the other people can hear as well. So you guys are absolutely in on this conversation, even though Dusk is driving it.
I'm all for it.
I kind of look up at everybody else and try to understand what their feelings are on this.
You need somebody that can sneak, so I'm right up your alley.
Also, like
Just
anything
stumbled
about
onto a bit of intrigue.
anything about what I saw in the memory, I can convey to all of you, like, silently via telepathy, so that he doesn't know that I was reading his memory. Because I have the telepath feat.
Again, I'll say you need somebody silent to follow. I don't know how silent the big guy in armor and angel wings is, but
I mean, I could double up on that as well.
I was letting my party in a Eberron game do telepathic communications with their detect thoughts without having known about the telepathic feat at the time. It's just basically giving them like a free mechanic through other
I had to take telepath because it was the only way that I could take detect thoughts, and the only way that I could use encode thoughts on other people was if I could find a way to take detect thoughts.
I like it.
Mhm.
You're like, I'm playing mind games before the campaign even begins.
Absolutely, I am.
I love it.
Essentially, I want consent from the rest of the party to, if this goes badly, right, we're probably gonna have to fight this guy. This guy is associated with Mason, who I'm not really concerned about. The father, what's his name? Donovich has connections to this guy. And I don't know his capabilities or who else he's connected to.
I thought
So
that
who's
dude
to
looked
say-
fishy walking out of here. Even the
Yeah,
Burgermaster's appointments weren't nearly as rich as his. He got that money somehow, and I doubt it was legit.
It seems like he's kind of running an insurance rack in the town. Kind of a crime. I wouldn't say it's protection money, but it's definitely an insurance racket.
insurance is always a scam.
You went into the Blood of the Vine
I have a
Tavern,
feeling.
says Elias to the rest of the party.
Science says, I have a feeling this is a chance for us to make a little jink.
That
A little jink?
Aye, money. Coin
Oh, I
cutter.
see.
Avalthor will make his way.
the man he asked us to follow, he went into the Blood of the Vine Tavern, says Elias. I saw him walk down the street and enter the tavern.
I'll turn back to Mason, and it kind of sounds like everybody's on board. So I'll turn back to Mason and be like, I think maybe we can at least try to help you with what you'd like. What kind of condition do you want this person returned to you in?
I'd like her to be well.
I mean,
I don't know
yeah,
what
sure.
condition she'll be in when you find her, and I hope she's well now. But this
Okay.
has to be quiet. So if you bring her back here, it must be discreetly and under cover of wagon.
Basically, he's saying
Okay.
she can't be seen coming back here through the
Yeah,
streets
sure.
of Barovia. He doesn't want anybody to see her coming back to him. But he does want her to be well, and he's hoping that she is
Yeah.
currently.
Avalthor will go around back of the tavern and use the back room.
Sure. And I suppose we'll leave him and go work on that. And the tavern is this place. Yeah.
That guy was strange, says
Mhm.
Like,
Elias to Dusk as they walk out.
I don't know if I can blame him. It seems like he's under a lot of pressure.
I don't know if we can trust him either. It seems like he's under a lot of pressure.
Yes, I think perhaps he's just simple.
I think it's
seems like we know.
external pressure, says Elias.
Yeah, it seems
Oh,
like we know
yes,
who's
yes.
playing it. So
He nods towards the bar and sort of like suggesting at Vasily that Elias sort of got vibes from him from the get-go. While you guys were all, inside of the building, Elias was sort of standing at the door. Elias, pretty big dude. The wings don't really fit through most small doors. So a lot of times when you guys get to buildings like that, he sort of just stands outside as guard, unless he knows that like you guys are heading inside for a while, like a place like a tavern or a rest stop for the night, or some point of interest that he needs to go in with you. But in this case, he sort of stood at the door like a bouncer and saw Vasily walk down the block. And just so you understand the interaction he had, he like nodded at Vasily, and he had another flash memory as soon as Vasily walked by him. But the flash memory was one of his own, and it was how he got here. And if you're interested in that story, it is in the backstories for Elias, but you probably already read that most likely. But it was just a quick flash to how he got in Barovia, how he landed in Barovia. And very unsettling. He's in this place. This has happened a few times to him now. He's an extremely religious person, so these visions speak to him, but they speak to him and the words are confusing, and the message is even more confusing, and it feels less like divine reverence and more like an intrusion. He looks tired, and he looks pissed off, and he looks untrusting of Vasily. Especially since this flash happened as soon as Vasily walked by him and nodded at him. As soon as he made eye contact with Vasily, this flash came over him. And right away, Elias doesn't like Vasily, doesn't trust Vasily. And he's all about following Vasily right now. Not for, and he makes it clear to Dusk, not for the purpose of carrying out this mission, although the thought of helping, a young woman in need, certainly right up his alley. He's most interested in finding out who this Vasily character is and what he's up to.
I would like to wild shape into a cat.
Yes.
Would you agree that I can probably telepathic speak in animal form?
Oh yeah.
I mean, usually one of the okay, cool.
Like you are
I'm pretty
exactly
sure you don't have
like
to give up concentration. So yeah.
only if you allow me to make the reference to Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and you're like Salem.
I don't have context for that.
I'm sorry.
I'll have to look it up.
Disney.
You have to say nyan after the end of each sentence.
Oh, sure, I can figure that out.
Yan.
Yep.
Oh,
sorry,
different
multiple
reference.
That should be pretty easy, Nyan.
Yan. All of us actually have to make meow noises at the end of each one of your sentences. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm gonna turn into this cat just so I'm a bit less conspicuous. And if I see, I mean, hey, we're all in here, so
Hold on.
I'll let you take the reins on it.
Just a moment while you do that. I need to do this because it just makes my day happier. And anytime you have a chance to do that, you should always try and take that opportunity. I think I have.
Changing the bottle to a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can give me some
Yes!
animal morphs.
I can give you some morphs. So what are you thinking? You want cat? What else you need? There's a cat for you, and you are now a cat.
Nice. Let's see. What are the beasts that are worth turning into? Wolf, panther. I think that's it at this level.
Okay, I can get both of those for you for now. Morphs. Get those set up just so it's done. There's a wolf. Oh, that's a werewolf. Wrong wolf. Well, you can have a werewolf in case you get turned into one of those at some point.
Yeah. Sure.
But for now, you are.
Wolf, panther,
with whatever
I think
cat stuff.
snake. No, because they have a swim speed, so I can't turn into that. Not yet.
I don't think it has a panther mini either, so that's okay.
Summon me a raven, please.
A raven.
I'm 4th level. I can turn into half
You want a raven?
into half CR things.
Morph, or is the raven your pet?
A pet.
Got it. Oh.
Familiar.
But if you need a panther, I can suddenly summon a panther. I just can't make it a morph because it's from the global shop.
Damn. Nice.
Panther.
And then bear. I think that's about it.
Bear.
Yeah.
Owl, bear, fish. Alright.
Does it say what kind of bear?
A brown bear.
Black bear is
black
the...
Damn it.
Black bear is the half CR. Brown bear is 1 CR. I don't think I can't turn into a brown bear until 8th level.
Yeah, I think polar bear is 5 CR.
Brown bear is considerably bigger, so I'll make the brown bear like half the size. Whenever you mod into him, I guess, and that'll be the black bear. Because brown bear is pretty fucking huge.
Pretty big guy.
He's a big guy.
Just a little guy.
Alright, I think that is all of them.
Sick.
Alright, inside
I'm gonna
the bar,
go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Yep, do your thing. That's actually a good time, I think, for a quick 5-minute break for us all to do that. Get a drink.
All
right. I am back. Elias pulls up a seat at the bar, or near the bar, I should say, at a table, um, sort of facing the bar, getting a good view of all of the patrons there, and you can see that Vasily is tucked away in the corner.
I don't think everybody's back yet. We still got some people on mute.
Uh-oh. Dusk and Scion.
Yep.
I was gonna say, Avatar would, as soon as he comes in, would kind of duck off to the shadows and go to the nearest table by the door and try
I
to
can hear
blend
you.
in like a regular Joe.
Hello?
Okay, now I think everybody's back. Because I thought I heard Scion a second ago.
You did.
Vasily is seated in the corner of the room at the bar, over by the fireplace, and you can see that he's sipping what it looks to be some sort of metal chalice, or from some sort of metal chalice. It is opaque, so it's quite impossible to see what, in fact, he's drinking. If you were hoping to get a insight as to what to perhaps offer him as a first drink.
I think Avatar will kind of just sit back and watch who comes in and out.
Sorvia plays her mandolin in the corner in grumpy fashion, the mandolin out of tune and her musical talent far from our friend Plez.
I would like to kind of go and approach her. And what was her name one more time?
Sorvia.
I would like to ask Sorvia if she would like some accompaniment or some help tuning up that instrument.
Piss off.
What? I didn't get all of that. What was that?
She tells you to piss off. And she says it with a grimace on her face. She's, very unfriendly character, Sorvia.
I would like to try and persuade her as the way that Plez is thinking about this is it sounds like she's putting a cat through a sausage machine. With the way that the strings are twanging and the weird kind of wet noise you get when strumming a moldy instrument.
Just based on that description alone, I don't think I could say no to that. Roll persuasion for me.
No. How it's going to come out is a little more affluent. That's his mindset of why he wants to do this.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're hitting a flat note when you're trying to be a little sharp. you're hitting the right notes, but you're not really going the way you need to. You really need a professional to look at that instrument and to get you back in tune with the mood that you want to bring. And I know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how outwardly attractive is this person presenting?
Sorvia,
Yes.
she's like
As-
a scale of 1 to 10. So, she's like a 5.
Okay.
Middle,
And
middle of the pack.
okay, and so then I'll play up the nature of, and as somebody whose skills are something that you seem to rely on as a point of pride, I think that, you would you may need my assistance. And then I will use that as my persuasion.
That's awesome.
14.
You can go ahead and roll that just one more time for me. I'm going to let you roll with advantage just based off the persuasiveness of your argument.
14. The other one was a 2.
She asks you,
What are you so insistent on fixing my instrument for? What's the matter? You think I don't play good, or you think something's wrong with it?
I think something's wrong with it. Like I said, it's out of tune. You're hitting the right notes. Your fingers are hitting those right spots on the frets, and unfortunately, it's coming out a little wonky.
I
know
know
my
I'm
goblin
hitting the
ears are-
right notes, you little goblin idiot. Yeah.
she hands you the mandolin.
I'll take it and start up a conversation with her over here in the corner, actively being a little loud and obnoxious so that other people can get closer to our target.
You begin to kind of draw like most of the patrons' attention in the bar. The quiet adventure in the corner has a large meal in front of them, several texts, and seems to be studying over them. Like looks over their shoulder and is now like sort of smirking as if, oh, this is the most entertaining thing that's happened in the BOTV today. And over at the bar, Vasily is also now looking over in your direction, but he quickly turns away and back to his drink, seeming to be deep in thought. Back at the table, Elias says, I don't trust him one bit. Not one bit. To Scion.
Who was he talking about? Do I know? Vasily, right? Is that who he was talking about?
Dusk warms up by the fire, his tail curling around his body, looking like a very astute cat. He almost looks like one of those cats that's like looking at, like flies, like when their heads like really start to twitch back and forth everywhere, but his head's more like slow and deliberate. He's surveying the room. Little black kitty.
Meowdy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to do anything over here. I'm just trying to get close to him in case he like talks to the barkeeper or something. Somebody comes in and talks to him.
It's pretty much it's silent. It's pretty much on you. I mean, I can narratively do this with Elias, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of talking to myself. So if you want to take the lead on whatever's happening, I think Plez is trying to get you a little bit of a distraction, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I'm trying to be a person that can give you guys a little bit of help in trying to get closer to the target.
Follow him. All I can really do is charm the guy.
Yeah, I think that might work for their purposes. Elias thinks pinning him is a closer way to like get get to the girl and to whatever answers there are about this Vasily character. So he thinks if we can charm him, or get him to a place that we can overpower him, question him, we might be able to, like, he's all like brute force is basically what Elias is thinking. He's thinking like we bring him somewhere, we question him forcefully if we need to, and then figure out.
Yeah, there's
what
no way I'm finagling info out of him without magic. And that could be turn bad for us. Say if he passes the save.
Our only other option would be to trail him, Elias thinks. And so he tells Scion, if you think that's what's wisest, I'll follow your lead, but I think trailing him, the other thing that he's worried about is the more time that passes. That guy said he wasn't sure about that girl's health, and that's something that's sort of weighing on Elias's conscience. That this girl may be less than perfect when she's returned. And it's something that he thinks that it sort of time is of the essence for that reason. I guess that's why he's feeling that way.
Scion whispers to Elias, I don't think interrogating him in the bar is going to go well for us, so...
No, he was saying charm him, get him out of there, take him somewhere where they can interrogate him.
Could give it a try,
Yeah,
but I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, he's saying no interrogations in the bar. That's probably not a good idea. He agrees with you. Well, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, we can, play our cards down the road, follow him. We might expose our hand, but do we really care if he knows he's following us or we're following him right now?
Well, basically, if the charm fails, the jig is up and he knows I tried to charm him. I'm hoping that might scare him off, even if I fail.
Yeah, and it might scare him in the
He'll
direction
know
of...
someone tried to use an enchantment on him, and he'll be like, "Oh shit, it's these people! I might be surrounded by enemies here, and maybe we could tail him after that."
Yeah, and maybe it scares him in the direction of this girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
So Scion will walk up to the bar, close-ish to Vasily, and Scion will slap down a few coppers and order an ale, and he'll turn his head towards Vasily, and he'll kind of wave his hand, almost like a Jedi doing a Jedi mind trick, and he'll cast Charm Person on Vasily.
Mirabelle has like an eye like Chunk from Goonies. She's got one of those eyes that's kind of like slumped down, where she obviously got, dropped on her head as a baby or something like that. Recently found out that guy who played that guy was like a football player and was not a very nice guy. Spent a lot of time in bars and beating people up. But fun fact. Anyway, Mirabelle, she'll, tell you that she's got a menu and tell you that if you want to see it, you'll have to, fish it out from wherever it is hidden back there, but she can recite anything you want. So, what's your poison? Do you like whiskey, wine, or is it ale for you?
Ale. Good miss.
She pours you a frothy mug, a pint, and hands it over.
Scion takes a sip, and he turns to Vasily and kind of gives him like a friendly look as he casts his Charm Person spell and says, "Greetings, Vasily. Maybe you can help us with something," as he casts the spell to try and lull him into a sense of security of some sort, trying to help encourage the magic. So he's got to do a wisdom saving throw.
This has to be a private roll, unfortunately. So I don't know if I can do that. I think I can do it with Havre. All
Well, I
right.
guess I got to tell you the DC then. 15.
Yeah, that's fine. You can tell me that. Okay, I guess I'm gonna roll with real dice then.
It's like, no, I don't know what you want.
All right, a 14, so he fails.
Oh, nice. So how does he react? Does he begin to engage us in friendly conversation? Because now he thinks we are his good best buddies.
Uh, can I pay for your drink?
Of course, of course. It's only a few coppers between friends.
He slides the 2 coppers over the bar in Mirabelle's direction. For my friends here. Elias, I'm not drinking. A water if you have it. And Mirabelle says, water costs coppers. And Vasily says, Mirabelle, be nice to my friends. And he slides 3 more coppers down the bar top. And he does this like he says shoot coins, bloody knuckles. He just flings them with his thumb. And he looks almost a little drunk. Can't tell if it's the charm or the booze. Think
Cyan engages him in small talk and tries to get him to friendly encourage him to drink more, so he's even more inebriated.
Nice. Are you gonna drink with him,
Sure, why not?
or under the put it to your mouth and keep your mouth closed and have a little bit of liquid on your lips and then put it back?
Cyan will have 2 drinks, knowing he doesn't even have to pretend. It wouldn't make any difference. He wouldn't
Okay.
notice anything's wrong anyway.
So it's just constant state. Well,
I don't chug with him or anything. No, I just casually drink my drink.
okay. In that case, another private roll for our friend here.
After a few
Okay.
drinks, Cyan's going to say, why don't we take this party back to your place? We all know you've got the best house in town anyway.
He is drunk at this point. He rolled an 11 on a Constitution check, and he is drunk and now has disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks.
Should have got him drunk before. It's okay, I didn't need it. I'll use that to my advantage in the future, though.
If that's what you think's a good idea, then that's a good idea.
Oh, come on, buddy. We'll get you to bed. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
I'll get you to bed. He puts his arm around your shoulder, immediately sort of leaning on you.
Cyan helps to carry him out of the bar, but lets him lead us to his house, assuming he still knows where it is.
It's on the roof. He laughs and falls down. If not for your help, he would have hit the ground, but He just sort of loses his balance for a moment, stumbling towards the door. It's on the roof.
Scion motions for the party to follow if they aren't already.
He's like whispering drunkenly in your ear. I like to stay up there so I can keep an eye on everyone. Drunken laughter.
Oh, yeah? Is anyone up there right now?
No. It's a place of solitude.
He points to the northeast as you head out of the Blood of the Vine, and he takes you past Vildress the Mercantile. He takes you past Mad Mason's to one of the tallest buildings outside of the Burgomaster's Mansion and what was the Death House and what is now currently the Church of Barovia, buildings in Barovia, and it's like a four-story building. It looks to be like an apartment. And it's also one of the only buildings in Barovia, or one of the few buildings in Barovia that have like relatively no damage to the outside. Maybe it looks to be refinished or refurbished, or perhaps just untouched by the mayhem. Or perhaps, like many of the other things in Barovia, it is an illusion.
Scion says, wow, your house looks so nice. How do you keep it in this condition?
I have many mates. Many mates. Many brides.
He coughs and burps at the same time.
What the fuck?
Stumbling all over the place, he finally reaches his front door.
Oh, Vasily, someday you'll have to tell us how you afford all this. Maybe today.
Work hard. Still you work hard. Come, I take you up to the roof.
Well, they're over in that section. I'm gonna go to this back door over here, and I'm just gonna scratch at it like a cat who wants to be let inside, just in case there's somebody in here.
Weird. Yeah, I think for both Bongle and Roken, it has like something's glitched out between the player GM connection on Tailspire, because you guys, I don't see your faces or your characters either. I can click on Plez and Scion and warp to them, like I was telling you guys to do that earlier with me. You were saying it didn't say
Let
that.
me. I will reconnect.
Something's messed up with it. You don't have to do that. It's okay. Oh.
Well, mine was just acting weird too.
Yep.
So.
All of a sudden.
I think mine might be desynced too.
Yep. I think yours yours might be desynced as well.
Like my roofs weren't like disappearing and stuff. So
Yeah. Russ, I'm pretty sure yours is as well, man.
I don't know what I would need to do.
I think just disconnect and reconnect from Tailspire. Probably just jump to the back to the main menu and or close it and reopen it. So whatever Dusk just did worked for him. I'm not sure what you did, Dusk.
I just
Logging
went
should
to main
work.
menu and came back.
Yeah, it should work. It seemed to work pretty well. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys come back, and I'm seeing your character name, and
Yeah, I'm unbugged.
all right. This is just an opportunity for Kitty love. Kitty's at the back door scratching, and the door just kind of creaks open when he like scratches up at it, stretching his body to like its full two-legged height, like a cat does on a door.
Oh, just like when I lean on it, it just opens.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I go inside. Oh wow, the cellar. Oh Jesus. Everything spawned in. Oh, there I am. Anybody in here? I resist the urge to lay down in front of the fire.
I don't know. You might need a saving throw for that.
That's true. Maybe come up here. Third floor. Anybody? Anybody interesting? No? I get up on the table. I knock this glue bottle off the table. Um.
Just kitty
Oh
things.
gosh.
Just kitty things happening.
Anything interesting on this table?
Let's see here. Let me get to you. Lower the camera a little bit.
I don't know why that roof won't go away for me. It really
Okay.
doesn't like it.
Yes, there
Probably because
is.
I'm sitting on the table.
There are several interesting things on this table.
Oh.
There,
Oh.
there is a letter that is written to the party.
To
and-
us?
Yes. You see
Oh.
the header has each of your names at the top of it. There's also a little ray there with an X through it. But he doesn't have any white out, unfortunately. He says in the letter, "Welcome to Barovia. I bid you finest times during your stay here, and hope that I find the opportunity to service you, as I have many members of the various villages of these lands. I am a man of many trades and many interests, and offer opportunities to those that have few. It is my penance, my way of paying it back to the land that raised me. If there is anything I can do for you while you are here in my home, please let me know. And feel free to make it your own for as long as you should stay." Signed, Vasily Longrad. cat has visual confusion, and it's not just cat confusion.
I absentmindedly play with this roll of string while I'm reading this.
So we took Vasily up to what looks like his bedroom. Does he show us anything, or does he just want to get into bed?
But that's all the.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much everything in the letter. He doesn't show you anything in specific. He shows you the view from that room out the window. Way high up. Sometimes I climb up there on the roof. Don't think it's a good idea tonight. You can if you want to, though.
Cyan asks, but where's Gertrude? Where is she? I thought she was here.
Gertrude. Gertrude. I don't remember saying anything about Gertrude. He says to you, friend. You are my friend, aren't you?
Of course, just like Gertrude is your friend. We're all friends.
He seems to be sobering suddenly. I'm not so sure about that.
Why not? Did she do something to you?
I think you did something to me.
Hmm.
He sits down on his bed, calmly, hand on the hilt of his sword. Did you do something to me, Scion?
We're just trying to help find our friend. Why don't you want to help us?
Oh,
Suddenly you seem so serious.
it's not that I don't want to help. I'm all for helping. I just don't feel myself.
But we're just trying to find our friend. If you could help us do that, you would do that, right?
I don't know. Would I? Should
Of course
I?
you would. You should. We're friends.
I suppose you're right. I don't often drink that much. You'll have to forgive my behavior. Your friend, our friend, my friend, this Gertruda. What makes you think I know anything about her? Was it...
Oh, we just thought you were the last one to talk to her, is all.
Why was that?
Somebody told us. Another friend.
Was it, Mason, perhaps? Mad Mason? The man who's been rambling about his missing daughter for the last 6.5 years. Little girl.
He says he misses his friend so much. After all, we just wanted to help.
12 years old, maybe. He sent her off to play one day and she never came home. And he thinks I know something of her whereabouts. He thinks I was the last to speak with her. I talked to Gertruda on occasion when I happened into Mason's shop. I commissioned him many times for many different things. All under the scope of his frame of work. Never anything secretive or mysterious or malign.
Well, that certainly is strange. He told us that you were the last one to talk to her, and that you might know where she is.
As he's saying this, I'd like to roll perception to check his sincerity on the way that he's putting this forward. Is he kind of guarding himself, or is he putting everything out there that he actually is?
He's resisting magic, too. He's doing more than that.
Yeah, you can absolutely see he is doing that, and you see that there is a mental fortitude to Vasily. Um, and sorry, Blaze, you said you wanted to roll.
Perception. I'm trying to get an insight on him. I think I clicked the wrong thing.
Well, there is insight.
Nope, you got
Yeah,
perception.
it's the same. It's just
Let's see here.
it'd be a 10. I have the same no modifier to it on the other side too.
You get the sense he doesn't care one way or the other what happens to Gertruda based on the things that he's saying, and that he does think that Mad Mason is crazy, and he's been raving about the story for a long time, and just sort of maybe just a grieving parent, less so someone who should be considered trustworthy source of information.
Cyan tries to press him one more time. So you're entirely sure you have no idea? When's the last time you saw her?
The last time I saw that little girl, she was running out of her father's house. Just a few days before she went missing. I used to carry candies with me. Lemon drops. For the children as I pass by in the streets. Barovia and Waloki, they are poor towns. Children have nothing there. Blinsky's is far away from many of them. So, I do what I can to put smiles on some of their faces. I would give Gertrude 2-3 lemon drops each time I saw her. On this particular occasion, she told me she didn't want any because her tooth hurt, and her father did not have the means to fix it at the time. I tipped him particularly well for that commission, hoping that he would be able to cover the costs with the tip. He's trying
Lemon
to,
drops.
maybe show you that he's human too.
You have lemon drops?
I might have a few still on me. He reaches into a pocket in his padded coat and pulls a couple of lint-covered lemon drops out.
Damn, that shit's not even in a wrapper or nothing.
I'll grab a couple. That if he offers them to me.
Oh yeah, he lets you have them.
We found somebody who makes pastries and pies and stuff. Do they also make the lemon drops? Is that where you got them?
It could be very from the same place. He says with a smirk.
Oh. You're not talking about the old hag, are you?
Hey, she was nice.
Cyan quickly tries to grab the lemon drops away from you.
I will pocket the lemon drops.
He tries to knock them out of your hand onto the floor.
Stick with her candies and not with her meat products, he says.
Why? Is there something special about the meat products?
Some ugly rumors swirling in town about the contents of those pies.
Ah.
Oh, that's real surprising, judging by what it did to you two.
Did you eat
Hey,
them?
I ate the sweets.
And how did you feel afterwards?
Like I'm floating on cloud 9.
I've always wanted to know. Never been brave enough to try them myself.
But you have them in your pockets.
Ah, see, at least this basher has a brain.
He's talking about the pies.
Oh. I'm talking about the candies, because that's all I had. I had strudel, which was a candy confection. Not a meat pie.
He said it was a meat strudel and you ate it. Shut it. I'm just kidding. We make meat strudels around here, didn't you know?
I definitely ate the meat pie.
Don't give goblins sugar. That's just the one rule.
I mean, unless it's before combat, then it might help.
I'm imagining a goblin just hyped up on sugar, and then the crash happens, so it goes from being hasted to slowed.
Yeah, something sounds about right.
You think back onto that memory, and you recall that delicious pastry, and it was sweet and almost like cinnamony in a way too, almost like a cinnamon roll.
Oh no, I ate a small child, didn't I?
It's warm and gooey.
Not the whole thing.
But when you think back now, and didn't you eat one too?
Oh, for sure.
When you think back to that memory now, and you think back to like what was happening, you have a much different memory all of a sudden flooding back to you. And you're not sure if the original memory is closer to the truth or this memory that's flushing into your head is some new intrusion into your brain, or if it's the true memory of what happened. But it's maddening. And you remember crunching into the pastry and thinking it's rather crisp at first, and then no, something's wrong. The crunch is on the inside, and the taste isn't sweet and sugary and cinnamony like a cinnamon roll. It's dank and salty and tastes like iron. And is soft and moist and cold and thick and tough. And as you chew, you get the sense that it's going to take a long time to chew this pie up. It's not a pleasant memory. You remember wanting to spit it out but not being able to, and chewing and chewing and chewing and crunching on what seemed to be small little bones snapping in your mouth.
By the way, Scion took some of that to identify. I'm guessing I saw lots of enchantments and illusions and crap on it, right?
There was lots of enchantments on the cart.
Uh-huh.
And they were taking things off of the cart. So
Okay.
I could say you would have seen enchantments on the cart, but probably nothing on the pies directly.
Okay. I just took some samples of it to examine closely to try and discover how its properties came to be.
Yeah, because the pies themselves aren't enchanted, but being within the radius of the cart may have enchanted them. I guess I'll say. And for all that, oh, my dog's not happy about something. You you sort of remember two memories now: the delicious cinnamon roll, and then the was I eating small children baked into pies memory, as Vasily sort of blurts out, well, the rumor is that the pies are filled with small children taken from the town of Barovia. Did
Eh.
either of you eat within the last couple hours?
Just with the group with daily preparations.
All right, Constitution save for both of you to see what comes out of your stomach right now, or if anything comes out of your stomach, I should say.
I mean, it's
I'd
not
be
like
that
I haven't
opposed to
eaten
eating a
people
small
before.
child.
14.
Have you eaten goblin children before? Because your pies were exclusively goblin, like ham and turkey, human, and goblin. Constitution save.
14.
7.
Oh man. All right. Well, no puking for Plez, but Dusk is ralphing up his breakfast.
Nope, hairball. Hairball!
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say.
like a really nasty, disgusting, like sock of a hairball. It's the size of your head.
Just right in the corner of this dude's house.
How did you get that out of your body? Disgusting.
We just hear a
Good
cat
enough.
hacking in the other room.
You're just a cat making that wet noise. You know the wet noise that they make right before they throw up.
Plez will look over at Scion just real quick and says, when you're really hungry, you'll eat anything.
Please, friends.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You are welcome to stay here, but I must rest. I am feeling rather unwell after witnessing that.
Cyan replies, I'm just used to street vendors using magic tricks on food to make it more palatable. It's never more palatable.
Yeah.
While
We should
that's all
probably-
going on, and I'm throwing up in the corner, I would also like to look at this bookshelf. See if there are any records of anything.
Yeah, while all this is going on, Avatar is looting the house.
Yeah, I'm looting this part of the house. I'm looking for interesting things.
He's been doing this this entire time as soon as we got in. But he's being careful about it, very discreet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Crash
Got a
bang.
little finesse.
Vasily walks into the next room and closes the door behind him, and you hear him from the other side of the door. Make yourselves at home, friends. I take my rest now. And you now have access to Vasily's home. You do as you will while you're inside it.
Go downstairs, half of it's looted. What are you guys doing?
He said make yourselves at home. He was pretty clear about that.
My TV? Even my TV?
Hey, man. Shit's hard out
Why
here.
is it going?
I only got 200 gold.
Don't take it.
What you steal from Vasily?
So what's the timeline on this funeral that we're supposed to be at now?
It's about an hour away. You guys got enough
Okay.
time to probably get your finest clothes on and head over there. Or if you don't want to prepare at all before you get over there, you get enough time to maybe stop by Blinsky's Toys.
Can we open these doors here, please? I would like to explore the rest of the house.
Are there any silver objects that Avatar comes across, or weapons?
You don't.
This
find
dude
any-
knows you're in his house.
You don't find any silver in the house.
Ooh. Any spare change?
That's crazy.
You also don't find any money in the house.
So much for all the drink.
Hell.
That bookshelf has several different texts on it. Desk. There looks to be a book on necromancy. There looks to be a book on horticulture. And
Yeah, this guy's got a book on necromancy. That's crazy.
there also looks to be several books with various lore about the lands and historical references to things that have happened here over time.
But no business documents in here.
No, not on the bookshelf.
Okay. Well,
Avatar leaves the house.
I will join you outside of the house.
unless anything specifically strikes me, I think I have gotten everything that I came for.
Well, I suppose it's almost time for the funeral. Shall we head back to the church?
Yeah.
Where'd this cat come from?
The Air Genasi was a druid, remember?
Meh.
Scion bends down and pets the cat.
Starts purring.
I will tap my shoulder and see if you would like to have a ride.
Are you a small creature?
You can still ride on me as a.
Oh
as
yeah,
a cat.
I'm a tiny creature.
Yeah, basically you're sitting on my backpack / head is where you're like draped over my head with both paws, basically.
Does it still count as mounted combat or whatever? That's funny.
No, it counts as mounted combat.
Yeah. Nip them all!
You hear Drift's voice in your head. I can actually talk to you, Nyan. I'm just fucking with everybody, meow.
Well, I hope nobody gets pregnant.
No, I'm fucking with everybody, Nyan, not fucking everybody, meow.
Can't imagine the natural cat population's too high around here anyway.
Not with the roaming packs of werewolves, apparently.
Emergency rations.
There is that stray dog that was in the courtyard or the graveyard earlier. So they do have an amount of stray animals here.
All right, so we're
Was
heading
it
back
alive,
over.
or was it,
Back to the church.
never saw it?
Come on back to the church. Come on back to the church.
I think it's up this way.
You know you want to come back to the church.
Ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop.
The cat disappears into this thicket of woods, and then Drift walks back out.
As we're walking, I will talk with Scion, and I will mention, when you're really hungry, you pretty much eat anything. Like, have you never had long pork before?
My friend, there is a lot of disgusting food in Sigil. I know what you mean, but yeah, no, never take anything from a hag vendor. That's a
Did this
rule
man
in
just say
Sigil.
long pork?
Yeah, it's made from tall man.
Well, all I got to say is half the time when you make that mistake in the place that I'm from, you end up somewhere completely else.
Hmm. Well, when it's just left on a
Be thankful you
battlefield,
have a
what else are
mild
you going to
addiction
do
to
with it?
sweetmeats.
I don't know. I mean, I used to pull a similar trick back where I came from. Just grab, whatever and sell it for something really nice, or use my little illusion magic on it and sell it for something really nice. Get decent profit out of it.
Yeah, lots of that in the hive. Scion turns to Plez and says, okay, we know how many undead are in this graveyard, so I'm just going to say, if we get swarmed by them, feel free to try your little music thing again. See how it goes. Might as well experiment with it a little bit if we're already being swarmed. But don't do it unless we are being swarmed, okay?
Okay.
You got what I mean, my goblin friend?
I should not unleash the zombie horde on you. Got it.
Well, all right. I didn't say that, but yes, that too.
Drift's got the bottle with the thought. Dusk. Sorry, it's the wrong character. Dusk has the bottle with the thought bubble in it, and he's like taking swigs out of it.
How do you drink thought bubble? I just want to see that visualized.
I assume it's magic, right? So it comes out in like little marshmallow puffs. Or you put your mouth up to it, and it kind of comes out, and then you like put your mouth over it.
Hell yeah.
Scion says, I would really like to know how you made that strange amorphous sensory stone, but I'll save that question for later.
Sensory stone. What?
Yeah, we have something similar to whatever I assume that is in Sigil. They're called sensory stones.
Hmm.
They allow you to imprint memories and experiences into a physical device, a small crystal.
Kind of.
And if you think back, you remember Scion was holding one similar to that when you first saw him. Do we find that the gate is still locked?
And the gate has no chain or padlock on it. You find you're able to open it. There is a private gathering, not a large group as you'd expect for the burgomaster, but just his father and daughter, as were his wishes. He did not want people lording over his dead body, and thus only his two remaining relatives gather to bury him. For this reason, one of the sort of volunteers of the church at the gate tells you, "There's a place for quiet observers this way, if you will." And he begins to guide you in uh, in the direction of this small little mausoleum over here in the corner.
Is the skeletal arm that popped up still there?
No, it's since receded, and you can see that there is like a hole, like almost like a, not a hole, but like a, a little caved in part where the arm receded into.
Cool.
Is there any? Where was that dog at? Is there any trace of that dog?
The dog's still sitting at that grave, and the gravestone engraved "Forever Waiting." As you get close to it, the dog bolts off.
Oh, later, dude. Is there anything specific it was trying to like get at?
Just the grave. It was digging a
Okay.
hole where the grave was.
Okay. Sure.
Scion will look into the hole. Does he see anything interesting or unusual?
Roll investigation.
Alrighty. We must investigate. 25.
You don't notice anything unusual about the gravestone besides that there's no name on it. It says "My Beloved, Forever Waiting." The "Forever Waiting" is also in quotes. But you think that maybe the dog was trying to get at whatever was down there. Like it knew that its owner was down there, based on its like several days worth of digging. It dug down about a foot. You know that a casket's usually gonna be about 5 to 6 feet deep. There's not much you can tell from your investigation outside of that.
Well, I'm not digging it up, so.
You don't want to dig up a grave in the middle of the funeral?
Nah, I'm good.
That's kind of
Save it for after.
I'll get my robes all splattered with mud. You have any idea how heavy my cloak is when that happens?
Don't you know prestidigitation?
Yes, shut up.
Standing over by one of the monuments, observing the funeral, you see two familiar faces, Rose and Thorn.
The kids from the death house?
Ugh, they might not be happy to see us.
They're probably just here to
We're the ones
watch.
that left their
I'm sure
bones.
it's fine.
Which one of you dinguses buried them in the tomb under the house?
That was before I got there.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I buried him at all, did we?
I mean, technically, there's no more basement, so they're kind of double buried.
Hmm. The house buried them by itself. It had nothing to do with me.
Yeah. They got buried physically and then dimensionally.
In the house, though, is the unfortunate part.
I mean, we can have a funeral for him, but
I think someone said something about the basement is not a part of the house, but the basement very much so is part of the house. It's not a
I would
part of
have disagreed with that immediately.
someone. It's not a part of the square footage of the house, but it is a part of the house still, and it
It is now caved in.
it is now caved in, and they were buried inside of it. And I think their request was to take them out, and bury them on consecrated ground like this. And you guys did not do that. So the end result of that basically is their souls are doomed to walk the way they were. Thus, you find them here.
Wonder how we could even help them anymore. We could try, though, if you don't mind potentially getting attacked by child ghosts.
Didn't the little girl ghost do something to us?
I don't know. I was upstairs. I was away from
She
all
did.
that.
She absolutely did. She appeared in the house, and like out of nowhere,
he knocked that fuck ass ball off the statue and brought all the ghouls back to life.
Yes, that.
And I still think we made it out with that ball.
Yeah,
You
Scion reaches
absolutely
into
did.
his pocket and says, "You mean this?"
Oh my god.
And he shows the orb.
The orb
The
reveals.
ground of the graveyard starts rumbling. Oh.
Yeah,
What is that orb?
The orb
I tried
reveals.
to identify it. I forgot to ask.
The orb reveals the accuracy of that map as well. It is indeed like a snow globe, but it's also an exact globe of Barovia.
Hmm.
So it is a map, essentially.
Interesting.
Interesting. Does it have like points of interest on it or anything like that?
No,
To point out important? No. Okay.
no, it's the equivalent of the map that I shared with you
Okay.
in the Discord channel.
Well, at least it won't wake all the dead. I assumed it had to be enchanted, but I could have been wrong. Didn't have time to check. Well, if you'd like to talk to the children, now's our chance to do so.
I think I'm good. I think she said everything to me that she needed to say.
Yeah, by no means you guys need to engage the children. I was just trying to explain their presence, so there wasn't a deep amount of confusion. Also, you shouldn't expect much consistency in the land of Barovia in terms of, well, that it shouldn't be happening right now.
In that case, I suppose we will wait patiently for the guests to filter out.
Yeah, as most of the observers, begin to take their leave as Father Father Donovich says the last rites and begins to lower the casket into the grave. Irina and Ismark embrace with one another, and the funeral proceedings come to an end. And Father Donovich, Irina, and Ismark begin to head in the direction of the church, and the party can sort of intercept them on the way there or wait for them to go to the gate.
We'll walk up to them as a group, I guess, after everyone leaves with them.
And this is not a terrible place to meet.
Not great, not terrible.
Where's this at?
You guys are just literally in the middle of the graveyard right now.
Yeah, where's the... I thought that the whole ceremony thing was going on, like, over here.
Right over here was happening. This is where where he just got buried.
Okay.
I would like to offer my condolences to you for the loss of your dad. As Plez makes up and kind of gives a little, like, silent bow with that.
Indeed, we did not know the burgomaster, but somehow I can tell this place is much worse off without him.
Irina and Ismark both thank you.
So you said you might have a job for us after this deed was done?
The last bit of gray daylight leaks through the torn clouds, and the bells in the distance toll a single low note. The rest of the villagers in rag-patched coats gather and begin to leave, and it begins to rain a little bit. Irina responds to you. Yes, we have a need for an escort. Not the one you're thinking of, boys.
Oh, then
Wow,
my
that's
rate
pretty
for about 5 gold per
presumptuous.
day.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I used the word escort in the last session, but I was like really not myself. I can't remember, but I think that it didn't land well. People were confused what kind of escort I was talking about. It could have been in a different game or a different session.
Yes, and now because she said
That's
not the ones that you're thinking,
alcohol.
I'm thinking of, oh, man-whore time.
No, dang it. The ones you're thinking then. Man, whore time. Ravens line the fence near you like mourners that forgot how to leave.
Well, where are you off to?
Voloki. She needs to go to Voloki. Father Donovich attempts a prayer nearby but loses his voice mid-prayer. Air smells damp, like parchment and old wine.
Well, I guess this means you have little interest in being the new burgomaster of Barovia, Scion says to Ismark.
I cannot go with her. I must stay here for that very reason. I have no interest in it. You are correct, and that is true. But sometimes duty calls to us, even when we do not call to it.
You're certainly not wrong. This place definitely needs a good leader.
I must do what my father has raised me to do. I must be one for my people. Elias begins to pray out loud as he sees Father Donovich lose his voice, and his words echo with an unnatural delay. It's almost like Barovia's repeating him, just a heartbeat too late.
So what's Valaki like? Is it another town like this one?
Is there more people?
It's not a town like this one. It is a fortress. The burgomaster there thinks his walls will protect him against the outside, but nothing can protect you here in these lands. We must bind together, unite against the evil that is, if we are ever to overcome it. But that will not happen so long as people like him stay hidden behind their walls, afraid to venture out to face the darkness. Ismark has marks on his face and like his armor that look like he's seen combat, and not with necessarily with hand to hand or sword to sword, but with maybe the beasts in the environment out here. He looks like he's well traveled. Thunder rolls once, then again. Second peal is lower, closer, like an animal growling. The ground begins to quiver beneath your feet, and a villager screams in the distance. It's almost as if something moves underneath the soil.
As the storm kicks up and the tension increases, Scion is going to cast a spell really quick. And he's going to put up his mage armor. And you can kind of see a shroud of energy form around him.
What's the sister's name? Sorry.
Irina.
And just so I'm clear, he wants us to take her to the next town over?
Yes, Valaki, which is pretty far away if you take a look at that map, which is in party notes if it's buried in game chat at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is, let's see here, 3.5, and then another 3, and then another 3. It's it's quite a bit. It's 17.5 days travel.
That's like walking or whatever.
That is walking,
I
right?
see.
That is walking.
Okay.
So if you get a horse or you get a carriage, that increases your speed considerably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the druid can help with that.
Huh?
Nothing.
I can only spend 4 hours a day as an animal.
I didn't mean riding on you, but whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, we spent that time as a cat.
Yeah.
I assume you could conjure horses.
I cannot. Not yet.
Well, then.
Do you guys know anybody of the outer area that may give us insight onto things that we may encounter as we traverse this area?
Well,
It looks like he would be.
Ismark tells you that he thinks you'll be able to buy things like horses maybe off the Vistani at the Serpool, which isn't too far away.
Oh no, but I'm talking about monsters.
Oh,
We've been told of werewolves, apparently,
yes.
and things underground
Well,
as I look over at the father.
interestingly enough, there was some werewolves buried here not long ago. They were citizens of Barovia at one time, and then became predators of the city after their change. But their families wanted them to be with their kin. My father allowed this. I found it to be a bad idea.
Why?
Because the dead do not always stay dead in Barovia.
Oh, I would posit they never do.
Thunder rolls again.
Well, when are you looking to embark on this journey?
And the bell begins to toll in the distance. Father Donovich looks to the bell tower. It's not supposed to do that, he mumbles.
That's never good.
That seems to be
You see
common
villagers scattering down the hill and out of the graveyard at this point, and the wind begins to howl, the rain begins to pour, and bursting from the opposite end of the graveyard comes, a mound of dirt and earth and turf in 4 different locations, and it's almost as just if explosions are happening, like landmines are blowing off.
Landmines buried in caskets.
Yeah, and there's bits of wood splinters flying. There's dirt flying in the air. You think that you would think that a war is about to happen, right? And suddenly 4 wolves burst out of these graves, and they're like half rotted, right? Some of them are, decaying, but they're in their full werewolf form when they were probably buried, as humans after being killed. They're now in this sort of like half zombified werewolf form, and there's also howling in the distance, and it sounds like 1, maybe 2 wolves. You're not sure because of that weird Barovian echo that seems to be happening all around you now. And that arm that burst out earlier when you were playing that music bursts back out, but this time the whole arm pulls itself out of the ground, revealing a shoulder and then a head and then another shoulder and tiny little fangs coming out of its mouth as a spawn climbs out of a grave nearby. And I'm going to go ahead and begin combat now in Discord. Give me 1 second before you guys roll your initiatives.
Cheyenne scratches his chin and says, I'm not sure those were werewolves. They might have been wolf wares.
Just a reminder that it's !INIT space join. It's been a couple sessions. Thank you for that stand-up relief there, guy.
Wolf wares are definitely a thing. Don't give me that look.
I like wolf wares. I like it. Alright.
They're actually not lycanthropes. They're shapeshifters.
Or like
And you
can't
can't hurt them with
throps.
silver. Lycanthropes, yeah, something like that. And you can't use... If you ever meet a werewolf silver doesn't work on, it's one of those.
So where are these things at?
Like, we'll just leave it.
Rising from the graves.
Yeah, I'm dropping them all right now. Alright, so you got 2 right in front of you, near you, Plez, nearest to you. And then there is 1 over in the corner, over here. Drop a sphere on that for you.
I don't see any minis over there.
And then the last one.
Yeah, I don't see him over there.
You might be out of line of sight to them. That might be
Oh,
why.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I see these guys.
I'll put this guy a little bit closer, and then you got this guy behind you.
I don't think that it takes into account our dark vision as well, necessarily.
No, Tailspire certainly won't. But line of sight, it will. You should be able to see these guys over here, though, right? You can see these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I think it only cares about line of sight.
I think we need to
Yeah,
update our character sheets because it's not showing correct HP for us.
Don't use that to keep track of HP. Just keep track of it on your own.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be accurate. Oh, I was going to ask, is Elias with us, or is he somewhere else? Probably can't add him, though.
I can't, but it's okay because we're gonna pick this up at the beginning of next session
Yeah.
anyway. Got
Okay.
got everybody added to initiative. Looks like got vampire spawn at the top of the order, then dusk, and then werewolf, scion, plez, avathor, werewolf. So a nice even balanced combat. You guys know what you're gonna be doing when you start next session. I love actually starting a session with combat, so. Yeah, this is a good place to leave off. 11:43. We'll call it a end of this session.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot done today. Awesome job. Love the blood book usage. It was awesome. Loved quite a few different things, but off the top of my
Yeah, I
head,
realize what that book is for now.
well, there's a few little hints and things in the Death House that I thought would be
Mhm.
valuable for you guys. So I wanted to give you every opportunity I possibly could to make sure that you get those things. Um, which is why you'll see some recurring themes.
I've always wanted to know what happens to Doru if he lives. It's the first campaign I think I've ever spared him.
Doru.
I guess it was nice to get a little bit of lore on. Actually, was the girl that we found in the last campaign when we were going through Ravenloft? Was that the same girl that the shopkeeper we were talking with?
Gertrude, you mean?
Yeah.
I think that was some other girl. There was a couple different uh, maidens out there that needed rescuing. But
I remember going up there and it was just she was just there. There was no lore or anything behind it. I was like, oh, all right.
no, well, unfortunately, yeah, the lore here is very connected to that note that you found or that you saw, I guess, in well, I shouldn't say you saw that the Dusk saw really. He telepathically transmitted those messages to you immediately afterwards. I'm just gonna assume that he always CCs you guys on those things.
Mm-hmm. Unless it would be bad for me, in which case I don't tell you.
Yes, in which case he keeps it to himself. Yeah, keep that in mind going forward. That note, that note is key. And, that's a real thing, a real memory. Came from his brain.
Well, I definitely didn't write down very much about that note at all.
Well,
You can take your notes anytime.
yeah, to give her a recap. I mean, he said, I'm taking her back. I'm taking her. You're not getting her back, and Vasily will be by with the details, like almost like a contract is written up. Like, your daughter's mine. This is how it is. Vasily will be by to tell you how it is.
Yeah.
So you think Vasily might be brokering more than just insurance deals, and he, was pretty rough to questioning about it, sort of resistant to it. You started to get the feeling that the charming was wearing off, and sort of wisely didn't press the issue any harder than you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, for next session, we'll get through hopefully this combat relatively quickly. I expect Michael will probably be back for next week as well, so we'll have a full party. We'll start at normal time, and if you guys ever want to run a little bit longer, I'm always happy to run a little bit longer, so you guys can make it a little further.
As long as everyone's cool with it.
Yeah, as long as everybody's cool with it.
I think I'm mostly the limiting factor on that.
That's all right, man. That's all right.
I gotta go work.
I understand. I gotta start being more adamant about having sign off times and things like that too. So I appreciate your restrictions, to be honest.
Yeah.
But thanks everybody for an awesome session as usual. Happy to have delivered a more full and righteous session than last time, because I felt very off, very very bad for you guys that you had to deal with that. But thanks for the support in the meantime, and we'll catch you all next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good game.
Later.
Good to see y'all. Hope we can play next week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.